Oh.
Last time on Sav&D, our intrepid heroes made their way back to Aruna, and it was a good time for everybody. You brought the queen back, and then she officially abdicated, which is good. She then took up command of one of the armies, leaving you guys to deal with just the giant threat rather than having to focus on both at once. Good job, team.
Go team!
In so doing, you went up to where you believe the Lost City of Elona to be. A great flying chunk of earth that has been aloft for thousands upon thousands of years. The home of the very first civilization to ever grace our world. And more importantly, the sanctum of the dragon Senatrea, the erstwhile goddess of magic, or at least that's what she's worshipped as by the lizard folk, who yet remained to guard her. And guard her they did. The lizard folk commander tried to urge Kreshia, the first person to get up to the top of the city, to back off and go away, that the city was not a place for mortals. But Kreshia did the adventurer thing and said, no, go fuck yourself. And then they dueled. And the fucking Dance of Fates happened. It was a big thing. And the Grandmaster got murked pretty hard. And then committed seppuku.
It was very impressive.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is no one going to call you out that you said Dance of Fate instead of Duel of Fate?
Look, we all watched that music video.
Have you not seen the Dance of the Fates?
Actually, no.
I linked it like also immediately after.
I guess that one. I guess that.
Well, I treat you to the Dance of the Fates.
I guess that one's on me then.
So yeah, the party has dispatched Grandmaster Kyos. You have found Casternex, who was released from Lizard Folk jail. And the gates of the city lie open before you. The Legion of Lizard Folk Samurai have decided to depart. They have withdrawn into the city and no longer pose a threat to you. Yes?
Excuse me.
Yes?
Lizard Samurai. Excuse me.
Yes.
Are we on the floating island?
Yeah, you're on the floating island in Nippon. Did you not see the Grandmaster literally commit seppuku?
Yeah, he's Sudoku'd.
You know, I probably should have put that 2 and 2 together.
Hey, did you also know that Samurai is a subclass of fighter?
Well, yeah. I know that that's subclass.
Is that actually a subclass of the fighter?
And
now?
in fact, the Legion of Lizard Folk were all samurai.
For fuck's sake.
I remember
well, the ones that weren't druids anyway. They were they were samurais
Druid
and they were
samurai.
druids. And now they are nothing because they don't matter anymore. You have defeated their commander and won entrance into the city.
So what's my willpower DC to not run off and try to learn the ways of Nippon from the lizards?
I think the DC is me just like grabbing, like tying something to your ears and then handing you off.
Very simple. The DC is 872,000 because that's how many feet it was from between your knowledge and you.
I think the DC is 9,000 because that's how many times this guy's sword was folded.
Oh! So I'm gonna go.
But his sword was just made of fire.
So Zanza's gonna go fuck off and try to buy a flaming katana. Because that idea is in his head now. Well, that idea is in my head now, but fuck you, I want this.
I mean, he had a... whatchamacallit,
Did we loot him?
No, you did not loot
this is
him.
literally something that was saved for the start of this session.
Yeah.
And I'm now immediately worried about because then in the chat verse said, so they're going to loot at the start of the session, right? He went, oh!
No, that was more like, oh, I completely forgot about that. But it's okay because I had his thing. I just need to update it slightly because I changed how the spelling of a thing was, so.
Hey, Dijal, you also know that Zanza doesn't know about samurai lizards and the way of the Nippon.
It's true.
Unfortunately,
He was off the ground.
he does not. Zanza's weep levels are the fact that he has ki, but doesn't even know the existence of ki.
Well, he has a lot of weed levels. The fact is he has no knowledge that there's weedness up here. Because when he came up here, they were all gone.
To become full weeb, one must be aware of one's weebness. Zanza is not yet.
Yes. I'm a fucking surprised he's aware of anything.
Yeah, okay.
Adjatha
if
has
the
been
party
with us this
would
time.
like to loot the body, you will in fact find 2 items of note on this fellow. He had, in addition to these, just a simple loose set of robes. They were very nicely tailored, but nothing particularly special. He had a sash of cloth of gold around his shoulders. It's probably worth like 100 SP.
I think Kreshia deserves to wear that now because she beat the shit out of him.
That's incredibly disrespectful, but alright, you do
I
you.
do not really want. No, I don't really want to wear the dead man's robes.
Oh.
I don't want to meet him in the Dragon Dream and him being like, "Why did you strip me naked and leave me on the bridge?"
Adventure is gonna adventure, man.
We'll give him a burial.
But yeah, in addition to that, he had a hilt of a sword that was used to create his blade of fire. It's non-magical, it's just a part of the actual spell, so you can just toss that aside. Yep. However, he did have 2 other items of note. One, the first, is a ring. It appears, when you pull it off of his scaly finger, to be made of crystallized blood. It smells strongly of iron and is warm to the touch. And until you remove it from his finger, it burns with a fury that threatens to scald your skin.
Well, you're gonna pull it off, Kreshia?
Okay, let's.
All right, so I'm like gonna roll it around in my fingers a couple of times, and then I'm gonna crouch down. Hey, come here, Zanza.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that is a dangerous fucking item.
Yep, it's very dangerous.
This here looks very dangerous. However, it's also pretty useful. And if anyone can survive, sprinting around at the last dregs of survival, it would be you. And I'm going to place the ring in Zanza's hand.
Ooh. Oh, I just see the effect was. Oh man, what? Holy shit!
It is a red TS. It is a red TS.
Oh
red
yes.
Stone ring.
Oh, sacrificing HP for DPS is what I'm about.
Exactly.
Except the DPS increases only occurs when you have 25% or less of your hit points.
Exactly.
But I think he can survive reaching that percent and then continuing.
Oh god.
Any damage you take is increased by 1d8.
And you're above.
And then, as you are removing this ring and Zanza is sort of playing around with it in his hand, a single lizard folk wearing the sort of scaled armor of his legion with a black and gold cape hanging from his shoulders steps forward from the gates and silently falls to a knee and offers up unto Kreshia a sword.
Alright then. I will reach for the sword and accept it.
Alright. This is yours.
Oh, sweet, sweet.
Glorious Nippon!
I'm so salty!
That's not even Japanese, you fucking
I'm
not.
so salty though! You already have a magical sword. I didn't know it's weep shit's supposed to be for me!
DCL. The Lost Rejoinder is a heavy two-handed martial weapon. I think you're going to end up getting it. I can't use this weapon. Well, I could, but I would lose the ability to cast spells.
Actually, wait, let me read. Maybe
Oh
Marcus can actually
shit!
use it.
I read that wrong. He played with pure gold, an Aryan artifact.
It's Arian!
Jesus, what? Savin, what are you?
Sorry, its name is actually the fucking final solution. Sorry, let me just
The final
edit the name here for.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. That was just. It said Assyrian. Oh,
Yes.
that is Aryan.
Azirian, not Arian.
Oh man, wait. Ooh,
Yeah.
insta kill. This massive executioner. Anybody? This cannot be used non-lethally.
Correct.
No,
Corroded
it is a weapon of death.
It is
And it
literally an
automatically kills
executioner's
people
sword.
who are unconscious when it touches them.
I guess we'll keep it around, but so far I'm not super pumped on using it, especially since I have a sword I'm commissioning.
While attuned to the last rejoinder, the wielder is overcome by the feeling of ennui and morbidity. You become an edgelord.
Oh, yeah. Is that actually in there?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's the very
at the
last
very
line.
bottom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at the top of the stats.
For now, I guess I would like to be carrying it, even if I do not use it.
Alright, so I guess you will not be attuning to it?
No. We'll
Okay.
consider that a quote-unquote final solution, if needed.
Alright,
But yeah,
yes.
I feel like it would be sensible to have the hilt of this across the back. It seems like a decent reminder.
Alright, and so as you take up the sword and you feel its dark power course through you, the lizard folk raises himself up to his feet and bows his head and indicates through the gates and says, "The immortals wait for you within." Then he will
Thank you.
retreat.
The Immortals.
Yeah, I suppose so. Let's go find out. We'll make
I
sure the
mean-
Grandmaster is, like,
I-
neatly laid out.
I mean, I was curious as to who they were referring to.
Oh, we'll find out.
Fair enough. I mean, apparently I'm even immortal, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
No. You're unaging.
Alright, two different things.
Yes.
So, Castronix will follow you guys quietly. He's sort of looking up with awe at the architecture of the city as you pass through the
Oh, yeah.
gates.
That's
and-
right.
Hmm?
I'm gonna need you to tell me what roll I have to make to determine if Zanza is unaffected or if he immediately becomes a weeb.
I mean, that's up to you. There's
Don't you
no
dare put
roll
that
for
evil on someone else.
I'll roll a 1d20 and above a 15. Okay. Zanza's already a knight. No, I'm a Westerboo. However you say that. He's already he already's too infatuated with knights and honor.
So you're just a normal member of the nobility
You're a
then.
person?
He can't betray his
Yeah. Yeah.
fandom now.
Oh my god.
Just so you know, the West is the North American continent. You think of a Eurobu.
Is that a thing? Yeah, that's. A
I
thing.
mean, there's
Yeah, Europe
Slavaboos,
is the
so
one
I
that had the
guess.
knives, you know?
That's fair. Yeah.
Can you be a Scandiboo? Scandinavian weeaboo?
Norsebu.
Norsaboo, there you go.
Except the boo part is spelt with it's U and an umlaut, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Norsbu.
Norsebu. Norsebu.
Norsbu.
Alright, anyway. So as you pass through the gates of the city, there is a tingling sensation that crackles across your skin, and a sharp sucking sound from all the air around you. And you've passed through another illusion, where from the outside the city seemed, to those of you who could see it at all, to be a lifeless, dark place. The moment you pass through the gates, you see that is not the case. The trees within the city are vibrant and alive with myriad colors, and there is a constant din of excited conversation wafting through the air. As you walk further in, you see a group of lizard folk have amassed themselves at another gate further in. This one much more heavily defended. There are several arbalests up on the ramparts and murder holes for archers, but they're unmanned for now, and at your approach, the lizard folk throw open the great stone gates. And inside, you can see a great garden, a vast, almost a mile across, you'd say, stretch of pure green land dotted with trees and little lakes and ponds. And cavorting amongst this serene landscape, you see people, not lizard folks. No, not by a long shot. These are almost human at first glance, though with pale blue skin, some of purple or cyan. They all have glowing blue and white hair, and each, you see, has a halo or corona sitting atop their heads.
Can I make a roll? Because
To what?
I have a feeling these might be Celestials, and Zanza's been trying to study Celestials to learn their language.
Mm-hmm.
So can I?
Yeah, you can roll history to see if this sort of triggers anything in your mind. Nope. I mean, these don't look like any people group you've ever encountered before, ever seen or heard of before, which in and of itself is probably somewhat alarming.
Marcus, have you ever seen people like this before? Is this some old race from the years before when humans walked around?
Have I?
Good question. If you want to roll a history check, they definitely aren't the people from when you're around, but you might have a better chance of having heard legends about them.
Let's has it.
Cool.
Oh.
Well, no, that was like GM speak for you have advantage, so.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, you put two and two together and say that, well, these match the descriptions you've, of course, heard in the various churches of the celestial servants of the gods, but the more you think about it, Marcus, the more that triggers some deeper memory, some bit of obscure lore you studied in the great cathedrals of your order long, long ago. These, perhaps, are people that are called Asarans, an ancient, primordial race of man. This is, after all, their city.
Yeah, Zanza. Actually, funny thing there. I only made it a couple of pages in on the old religious study texts, but luckily these guys had a name starting with an A. So yeah, they're Asarans. They're like angels.
I'll be damned.
So these people work for Celestials?
Kind of, yeah, sure. Servants of Celestials.
So why are they all holded up here instead of down on Earth helping?
Well, it's up in the air. Makes sense. If you're Celestial, you have to be, up in the clouds.
Yeah, great.
And as you're saying that, like, Kreshia, you kind of glance down at the tattoos that are streaking up your arm now, and recall that they were put there by Asaran artifacts.
Yeah. Let's see here. Alright, I guess I will glance the others and approach. Greetings.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do so. The lizard men have spoken Draconic pretty regularly, yes?
Yes.
Although they were. I'll go with Draconic at first, just in case it's more polite, and then wait and see if they swap to a language for everyone.
Okay, yeah, so these people aren't, like, gathered up in one place looking at you or anything. They're just going about their day-to-day business like they live here. So you approach just the closest person, and it's a man who looks to be in his, like, early 40s with flowing bluish-white hair and a silky toga around his shoulders, and he'll turn and give you a faint smile as you enter and say, in Draconic, "Greetings indeed. You must be the mortals our Slyreth guards were so excited about."
Excited is one way to put it, I suppose. Yes. It's a pleasure to meet you.
He will snap a crisp bow and say, "The Council of Immortals would like to speak to you, I imagine. Go up the street here to the cathedral. You can't miss it."
Yeah, I assume that would be the glorious, huge building at the center of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Well, center back. Alright, yeah, I'll nod politely and skip back over to the others. Apparently they'll be waiting for us at the cathedral.
Well, I suppose that's where we have to head.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
as you guys go, would everyone make a perception check?
Okay.
We all see something. We all see. We all
Yeah.
see something awesome and decide to fuck off and do other things.
Yeah, just as you're approaching the gates of the cathedral,
Oh,
you
holy
all
shit.
just went, "Nah, fuck it, I'm out, bye." Just go off
That
on
was
the
That's a
side path.
performance, not a perception, but nice
But-
try.
It's close. It's still a nat 20, but
Still not 20. My perception is 2, so that's 22.
okay. It's still certainly
that's
enough. Kina, would you like to give it a try?
Give which one a try?
Perception.
Cold.
Yep.
Perception.
Well,
Yes.
my passive is 20, so let me see if I can roll above a 10.
Sick. Can you roll a crit? Oh.
No, I mean, a 20 is good enough. Alright, so I think Frida and Zanza are the only ones who notice specifically a slight detail about the crowd of blue-skinned Desirans you pass by here. There are no children here in the town that you can see. Not one. And this is a beautiful park in the middle of, midsummer. This should be a prime place to bring kids, but there are just none. In fact, there are no old people either, you notice. Everyone seems to be about the same, like, early 40s, late 30s age, uniformly.
They must be like Taeleer, who enter in their growing phases rather early and just stay there.
Where would
I don't know about that. If they're meant to be immortal, then it's possible they've just either can't or they stopped breeding. Otherwise, they outgrow the place, you know?
I assume they just popped out whole cloth like that.
Could be any of them. I think it's a bit rude to ask just in case it's like some kind of horrifying plague or super spell taboo thing occurred.
I mean, they're supposed to be servants of the old gods, right? Maybe they were just made like that, like Marcus said.
Yeah,
That's
it's possible.
true. All right. We don't want to offend them, so nobody get
Yeah.
any older while we're here.
Okay. Damn it!
the three unaging one just look at each other, so like gives a thumbs up. Sansa
it's someone's like looking. Look at them! I can see time happening on them for a scandal.
Like, you say that, but the further you get into the city through this great park and onto the wide marble streets, you do get more and more looks from people poking their heads out of windowsills or looking up from small stalls in the market. They
I'll try
either
and
have never
relate
seen
cheerily.
people like you, or there's something about you that makes these people almost, as Frida and Zanza might put it, envious of you, of something, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And speaking of feelings, Mary,
Actually, wait,
could you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh, that's what you're doing.
I was gonna say, can I make a
Uh-oh.
perception with advantage
What for?
to read the crowd?
That would be
'Cause I-
insight, but yes. You and or Frida can work together to sort of get
Yep.
a
Okay.
reading on them.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
It's been my
Don't
double
worry.
20s now. Okay.
I'll be right back. Well, I gotta get a goddamn cup of coffee. I ain't need it now. I had my session last week, you guys. Have fun.
Yeah,
But
this
yeah.
is the Frida Zanza session, everybody.
Fuck yeah, I'm ready for that session.
Trying to get a better read on the
I-
people using my gladiatorial days.
Okay. Let me get the save from Kina first.
Case. Give me a second. I'm gonna go get some more water.
Does tell me, does Marcus gives a bonus to saves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
+3 as long as you're within 10 feet, which I assume we are.
Yeah, you can totally be within Marcus's aura. That's probably a good place to be when you travel.
Oh no.
14.
Alright. Yeah, so the further you get into the city, when you pass through the outer gates, you almost felt like you had to burp a little bit. Like, it was just kind of, gross. The further you get in, the more this strange sensation settles in your stomach. It feels like you're just a little bit too full at first, and then as you near the cathedral, it starts moving up your throat until it settles right in your heart, and it feels like there's just a faint hand just holding your heart, squeezing ever so gently upon it.
Okay, I will stop moving and I will not go any further in.
Okay.
What's up, Mary? You're looking a little bit peaky.
There's something wrong.
All right, I'm back. Does Mary have AIDS now? Did she touch fingers with one of the Celestials?
Well, we'll find out, maybe.
Can he'll go do a medicine at her and figure out what's up?
Yeah.
I could try.
At
Can
the
I
same
get
time,
some
I'll.
assistance on the...
I don't know medicine for fuck. I was going to try an Arcana myself.
Okay.
I've been
Also,
feeling,
I can assist you. I have medicine.
I've been feeling strange.
Nope. Alright, Frida. At first, your immediate thought is, oh no, Babu. But you, put a hand on Mary's belly, and everything feels as good as it's ever felt in that region. You feel her over as best you can, examine her. She doesn't appear sick, and there's nothing wrong with the baby. It must just be in her mind. Yes, mimic baby. And Zanza, now that this is going on, and you've been keeping an eye on the crowd, you're starting to realize that the people in the town aren't looking at you, the royal you, the collective you. All their eyes seem to be on Mary.
Mary?
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
What does it feel like?
Feels like something is...
something is.
Something in my heart.
What?
I don't know what it is, but I think everybody else rather notices it or are causing it. Everybody's looking at you specifically.
As soon as you say that, the nearest Assyrians just kind of go back to their business. Nope, nope.
Well, I guess the jig is up now.
Alright. Is there anything ethereal trying to grab her heart?
No. You don't see anything out of the ordinary in the ethereal here, although, as you glance around, the cathedral looks much, much brighter in this mode of sight.
Am I seeing a barrier?
I wouldn't say a barrier, it's more like it exists in both the material and immaterial at once. It is so thoroughly suffused with magic that it's pressing out from this plane of existence into the others.
Well, let's see if this works. You say it's something with your heart?
Mm-hmm.
I've never known Mary to be magic sensitive in that kind of way.
But you only said it was something with your heart. It's like, what? It's sad, happiness. What is it?
it feels like something is holding it. Like I almost can feel fingers.
And what? It's getting worse the closer we get to that cathedral.
Well, it wasn't so bad earlier, but as we get closer, further into the city, the pressure seems to be building.
Let's walk away for a moment. And head back to like that peaceful, nice-looking gardeny park thing.
That sounds nice.
Would rather my wife's heart didn't explode.
Oh, I wonder if it isn't because Mary has god blood in her.
Could be.
I don't. Zanza, again, I don't.
Well, I mean, it's more that you're very closely tied to. Anyway, you know.
I mean, there's that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the
So
opposite.
yeah, you guys start retreating back towards the garden, and the handful of people who've been sort of watching you with interest as you make the procession up towards the cathedral, they sort of cock their eyes and like, huh, how strange, and they don't do anything about it. They just go back about their business like, well, that was weird.
Do you want me to go back and tell the immortals who are waiting for us that we might need a minute?
I'd rather handle it, I think. But also, let's not go alone to any place or leave anyone alone. You know what? While we're up here, because we have literally been traveling and doing stuff this whole time, is there a place around here that does food and drink?
Yeah, absolutely. There's, of course, drink in the form of like these pristine fountains all over the place, and food. Yeah, you can't read any of the signs, I don't think, unless do any of you actually read Celestial?
I read 1/3 of it.
All right, so maybe Zanza can.
Donde está la biblioteca?
Yeah, exactly. Like Zanza glances around and kind of finds a word that looks like food, and you go towards it, and
Wait.
yeah.
Wait.
Oh, do you have the thingy spell? Comprehend
I
languages?
have something called comprehend languages.
That
Yeah,
would-
if you want, that'll
that-
probably
that'd
get
help.
you where you want to go.
No fun half translation adventures.
it's just like, all right, I've been told how to say, I'm very pleased to meet you in Celestial, and you just go, my pussy is your sandwich. We're like, wow, it's nice to meet you too.
Yeah, so mark off that spell slot, and Frida watches as the letters sort of shift and transform before her eyes. And indeed, the building Zanza was kind of leading you guys towards does have a sign outside that says, a rough translation would probably be like, a place of gathering and feasting. And when you approach, there's no door to the building, it's just open face with a little cloth curtain that slides aside and reveals a single huge room with a trestle table going through it. And there's a couple of Assyrians in there eating. They seem to be enjoying a nice salad. In fact, you see no meat on any of their dishes, but they are enjoying themselves. There's the smell of fine wine in the air, and should you be inclined, I have no doubt that the people here would be happy to serve you up some food and drink.
I'd like to fetch, I think, like if they can do so, a pot of tea and some fruits.
Is there no meat here?
Nope, doesn't look it.
But meat is so delicious.
Where would they keep their animals?
I don't know. How do they keep this
Tremendous.
place floating?
Hmm.
Can't you cast magic and make meat?
Surprised they don't have fowl. You know, that's birds flying around.
How far up
Maybe
are
that's
we?
the point, but I guess they just don't need it. It's weird, but you know. I'd like to give Frida
What?
the headest of head pats because she gets to be in the land of salad.
So,
Yeah, so they don't ask for any money or anything. As soon as you make it evident that you're interested in eating, a sort of late 30s or early 40s woman with a corona of white around her head, shaped kind of like the moon, will come over and present each of you a platter. It looks to be made of like pure chase silver, upon which is a lovely assortment of vegetables and fruits. And she places a mug of copper in front of each of you, filled with a rich dark red wine.
I will ask politely in Draconic if they have anything without alcohol in it. My partner is pregnant. If they have tea, that would be lovely.
They don't know what tea is, but she
Normally
will give you some water.
Juice.
What is this
Juice they
pregnancy
have,
you
yes. They can make you
Yeah,
some
I'm
of
sure
that.
she'd appreciate juice.
What is this pregnancy you speak of?
Yeah, your friend is what? I thought she was fat. I don't know what that does.
Yeah, again, like a couple of people look at Mary, and you can see like them like glancing at her belly, like, what the fuck?
Wow, she must be really fat. I didn't know. The diet up here is salad. It's very hard to get overweight.
Yeah, so they don't bother you though. In fact, no one really moves to talk to you. They throw a few glances your
Aw.
way, but you have no problem just eating in peace if you so desire.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know-
Do they stop us from eating out in that garden?
No.
Dope.
You know, looking at the people around here, I'm more and more convinced that this is going to be our way to the moon. They practically have moons on their foreheads.
Well, I was told that they themselves wouldn't know. It would be, well, our dragon goddess of magic who would be the one to know. However, currently she's asleep. We need to figure out how to wake her up.
And the people waiting who might be able to tell us, we're kind of keeping, waiting.
Of course, but I mean, I don't want Mary's heart to explode. So
I
if we're
mean,
gonna
if-
have to sit and wait,
We should probably hail somebody to send a message. It just feels like a breach of etiquette to not send, to be late for a meeting and not send word. Why?
Well, if worse comes to worse, I can just stay behind.
You say that, Mary, but as you've sort of retreated towards the garden and taken a few minutes to munch on some lettuce and sips some apple juice, the feeling on your heart doesn't get any better. It doesn't hurt really at this point. It's just like a dull pulling sensation, like your heart wants to just leap out of your chest and go off on merry adventures.
maybe we should hurry there then. We don't want this to get any worse.
And let's do an old man who can punch a person and make their heart explode from their chest. You get any fight with any elderly?
No. Let's just see what's. Let's just see where this takes us.
Drinks for juice box.
Juice
Aw,
box.
freedom for a little sippy juice box.
Yeah.
We'll deal with things as it comes, I suppose.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
such a...
Mary will get handholds, and I will make sure darling daughter keeps an extra eye on Mary.
Yeah, she's probably like holding the other hand.
Speaking of which...
Mhm.
So... Kleptomania. This place is rich as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I guess,
Let's not.
Skow, why don't you roll a wisdom save for Darling Doctor?
Sure.
Let's see if she can avoid literally stealing the silverware.
Okay.
The literal silverware.
All right.
No, this place is fucking hella fucking shiny, you guys.
All right, have her make a sleight of hand check. She normally has advantage from you guys distracting everybody around her, but in this case, everyone is staring at you guys all of the time, so it'll just be a raw roll.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll a thing
Yeah.
real quick.
It's less than Frida's tacit.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So,
Doesn't Frida have alert, though?
the gods.
Okay,
like,
yeah,
no.
so like as
Although,
as your daughter is like slipping the silverware into her like vest pocket, none of you guys see it except maybe like Frida, but The person running this place, the woman who brought you guys your food, just sees her doing it and just gives a little smile and sort of nods at her like, yeah, you go ahead. You can have it.
Squint.
Like,
I don't think she's going to take anything else now. That steals the fun out of it. It's not kleptomania with permission.
Oh,
Aw,
don't you
you
see?
moles,
I mean-
you're so cute.
You
Yeah,
got the
but
ult-
also it's literally just made of silver, so...
No, but don't you see?
Tuck, tuck, tuck.
You got the ultimate punishment. Her fun was stolen.
Yeah, I mean, she feels bad about it now, but...
Yeah, it's some Black Mirror shit right now.
So Sarah just again, tiny goat is just pointing out that, but please put the bow back.
No.
Asking nicely.
No. Sierra will just kind of like cross her arms and says, like, she said I could take it, it's fine.
At that point, I will look over my shoulder.
The woman's just smiling at you
Pretty
guys.
please.
Oh god, alright, make another wisdom save for Sierra.
I expect her to fail this one hard.
Come on, crit. No, alright.
No, it wasn't
She,
going to be a
she will
crit.
feel chastened by the goat stares and will eventually just put the silverware back.
Give
So
Sarah a
it says-
pat. Come on, I need you to keep an eye on your
Droopy
mother.
ears, big teary eyes. Pretty
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. I don't imagine Frida ever chastens, but I bet she can Jewish guilt like no one else in the world.
Yeah, Sierra feels chastened. She isn't, but she feels it.
Yeah, she feels it. Yeah, I will then impress her to, please. I kind of need her 100% here on making sure that her new extra mother doesn't die of an exploding heart or get like sniped by a weirdo.
Yeah. Oh man, this is like her third mom.
Yeah,
Lucky girl.
yeah. They're all fucking smoking
Indeed.
hotties.
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome.
Which
Got
must
like 3 parents.
Get 3 fucking moms. So much fucking presents at
It
solstice.
turns out that all the money she's been saving up is just for Mother's Day. Because goddamn.
Having 3
No.
mothers made her.
I don't need any
like
gift
a
from
crowd.
Mother's Day. I already have the best gift, her.
No.
Yeah, all right then. Let's suck it up and head for the cathedral.
I will keep an eye on Mary Goat. Actually, I'll keep an eye on the surround. We have Heel Goat for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you once again make the procession up towards the cathedral. People seem slightly less interested in you this time, like, oh yeah, I saw those. That's weird, but, whatever. And no one stops you on the way until you arrive at the steps of this towering building of white marble. And standing at the steps is a group of perhaps a dozen of these Asarans with great blazing blue halos and armor of black and silver, and each of them carries an ice blue glaive that is set before them on the stone.
They're
Oh,
also
they're beautiful.
pretty.
They are.
Mm.
Every one of them is extremely attractive and flawless of feature. Especially one of them that steps down from the top of the steps and heads towards you. She is wearing the same armor, though it has what would seem at first glance to be religious vestments over it. And she carries a great silver shield on one arm, and in the other she bears a staff that seems to be made of pure radiant moonlight that makes a faint clack, clack with every step as she descends.
Well, I am suddenly a lot less confident in my overflowing ink scarf.
Yeah, these people are very, very flowy. And she will greet you with the faintest of smiles and says, I am High Priestess Kuaya. Welcome to Elona. You are the first mortals to grace our steps in years beyond counting. Please, we have been expecting you.
Thank you.
And
Zanza will
I'll
raise his
stare up at this cathedral.
What's meeting another god?
I was about to say, for someone whose god is a mom, you sure seem hesitant about cathedrals.
It's not that.
I'm gonna let the dog out real quick. Burb.
Then I will very quickly use this moment to fetch caffeine. Precious caffeine.
I'm gonna go get a sweater. It's kind of chilly in my basement for once.
So it's like, what, minus 20?
Also, there's this mysterious cat in my house. I've never seen it before.
Yep.
What's
That
doing
is
here?
good. You now
don't-
have acquired cat.
I
Enjoy.
don't know
Be
where it
happy.
came from, but it's here now
doesn't-
and wandering around.
It doesn't matter where it came from. It's the fact that it is there now. It has its
As long
home,
as it's
and you
as long
have
as
a
it stays
cat.
out of my room.
Has it come to you for pets?
I don't know. I need socks too. My feet are freezing.
Back.
My feet are cold.
Alright, so yes, unless you say anything else, Kuaya just
I will
turns-
ask her.
Okay.
I will try to get her attention.
Yeah, if you like step forward or say something.
I mean, I
she'll-
don't speak Draconic. I just speak.
Alright, yeah,
mean,
she'll meet your gaze.
Can you understand any language?
She will say a word you don't understand, but which
I will.
Kreshia will immediately hear as the answer, yes.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
yeah, an answer to what question? Sorry, because I was fetching coffee.
Can they understand any language? The answer is yes. Speak any language does not appear to be the case, however.
I'll try Sylvan.
I will pass that. I will ask, I suppose, what languages are you able to speak? It's possible there's one we know.
Does she know Sylvan?
She herself knows Assyrian, aka Celestial, and Draconic.
Ah.
I will shrug helplessly.
I'm afraid you're going to have to translate for me then, dear.
Yes,
Well,
I figured as much.
Wait. Yeah. Reach up and touch
Don't-
goat.
You don't have to.
Nope, it's too late.
Tongues.
Okay, I will speak in tongues then.
Oh god, she's possessed.
No,
Oh,
You mean kings?
okay, I'll ask her. You're the high priestess?
She considers
Right.
that for a moment and then says,
That's what she said, right?
it is what she said, but when you say it back to her, she sort of pauses for a moment and then says, yes, though that word does not mean what you take it for.
Fair enough.
More that I am the highest servant of Our Lady.
Then maybe you can answer my questions then.
She nods.
What is this feeling that has settled over me?
It's called
This-
love, my friend.
This sensation in my heart.
Perhaps it is awe or dread.
No one else seems to be feeling this, but it's just me. And more than that, everyone here seems to be looking at me. Not the
She
others,
will just,
me.
look down pointedly at your belly and say, you bear with you something we have not seen since long before your kind walked this earth.
A baby?
She nods.
I should have brought my sister.
It's
See
not-
how funny.
It's not in any danger, is it, being here with this sensation?
Of course not. No one here would ever harm a child.
If we can get the heart pulling sensation to go away, then this would be a fantastic place to, bring a kid for vacation.
You know, after you fight the draconic
Yeah,
guard,
I'll have to do that like every time, but it's free holiday.
I don't think you would have
Yeah,
to do
so
it every time.
when you mention that, she'll sort of sigh and say, I apologize for the dutifulness of our city's guards. They have long held this duty, and do not take it lightly, even when perhaps they should learn to make exceptions.
I don't begrudge them it, at least. I can understand it.
So I'm Zanza, and I still can't understand shit all that's happening, right?
Do you speak
I've
Draconic?
been
I
I've
do.
been trying to translate back, but I'm probably doing it shorthand translation. I just don't want to keep pausing every time. I would instead respond every time, but
That's fair.
get the idea that although I might not be doing it verbatim, I'm at least gisting it along for you to keep in the conversation.
Zanza's gonna speak up and ask, if you're all servants of gods, why aren't you being more active down in the bottom realm? There's a lot of things that could use your help right now.
So when you finish speaking, she purses her lips for a moment and then shakes her head and says, "We do not serve the gods. There are no gods. Only men and monsters."
I'm confused. There's plenty of gods. I am even knighted to one.
You, anyway. Am I correct in thinking that although Senatrea is not technically divinity as we know it, her power is or should be comparable to what we of below think of as divine?
Senatrea in life was the greatest of all beings, more than a god by far.
Very well. And from what I've gathered from speaking with, admittedly, very broad strokes, the Grandmaster Cures, she sleeps.
She sleeps the sleep of the dead. Her soul is long gone. Only her bones remain here, enshrined for eternity.
Would we be permitted to see?
Yes. Come, please. The other immortals will want to question you. We have many wonderings about the goings-on below.
I have a question. One more question for you, ma'am.
Yep, she'll continue to meet your gaze.
Is there a teleportation circle here?
There are many.
That is good. That's good.
Should our meeting go amicably for all parties, perhaps you might be imparted with the knowledge of our glyphs.
I best hope so. I'd hate to be stuck on the moon.
She'll sort of give you a glance like, huh. And then she'll turn on a heel and start striding into the cathedral.
Well, looks like we're going inside.
Give Mary's hand a squeeze. Let's go on in.
Yeah, let's go, I guess. I kind of have the urge to bless myself, but I don't think that will last. That's not going to last for very long each time. I don't want to waste my power
Yeah.
in case I'll need it.
God, speaking of wasting time, I'm fucking so... Kreshia still looks exhausted.
I'm just going to try to stay close to Marcus.
So,
His presence is invigorating.
Oh, damn.
as you enter the cathedral, you see more of these armored sentinels, and passing past a line of runic magic inscribed upon the ground, you see a pair of Assyrians, one
not
male,
muted.
one female, standing at the top of the stairs, their glowing moon staffs crossed. They glance warily between you and the priestess, and as your gaze passes over them, it draws north and north and north.
That is a very big.
Yes, so
beautiful.
even from here, 100+ feet away, you can see a tremendous set of bones hanging from the ceiling, arrayed as if in life and draped with a cloth that makes them seem as though covered with scales, though truly there is no life in this being. It is long since dead.
It is just a skeleton that
It
has
is a
been.
covered skeleton.
I
Titanic in nature, larger than any creature you've ever seen, but very, very dead.
Oh, neat.
How does Cass react to this?
Yeah, so Cass just sort of looks up, blinks, and says, "Well, shit, I was hoping she's still alive."
Well, it might not be over yet. Yeah, I guess continuing on forwards.
Yeah, the High Priestess will motion the lot of you inwards.
I think you forgot one. I think you forgot somebody. Oh, never mind. There's Marcus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
went
he
all the
already
way up
like
to the
dashed
front.
way the fuck ahead.
yeah, Marcus
Yeah.
is heading past, and
And
yeah,
I
there
got-
are many like stock
Oh, yeah,
still
Annika's,
sentinels.
Back there.
You pass along the way, each standing in an alcove.
Yes.
They are utterly unmoving, except for the faintest hint of the intake of breath. And their eyes are colorless white orbs, regarding all of their surroundings equally. And the
You have
priestess
got-
pays them no mind, though, and
You have guards posted all over this temple. Do you really need to protect the bones that badly? It seems like everything's at ease up on the
It-
town.
like our Slyreth brethren, we are bound to an eternal vigil over Our Lady.
I thought so.
Did that vigil include her? Well, of course it did. But
That jaggy border, though.
Look, man, fucking token tool doesn't make tokens this big, okay? I
You
tried.
can only make the tokens only have so many pixels in them.
So why am I in a superior? That way I get to have dragon god-sized dragons in my game.
Yeah, suck it, though.
an eternal vigil. Was she ever supposed to end up dying? I mean, dragons are pretty long-lived. Even immortal, aren't they?
Our Lady understood her end was nigh. She departed this mortal form long ago. As her
Did she-
highest servants, it is our duty to watch over her remains until such time as she deigns to reclaim them. And almost in the same moment that she says that, Mary, the pressure in your heart quadruples in an instant, clenching down so hard that you gasp and grab the pillar for support. Would you make me a charisma saving throw?
Fuck!
I have an idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
know
know.
exactly.
Have you got there? Have you figured it out?
Oh, no, I mean, I have
Yeah.
an idea to help the heart thing.
Yeah.
I
I
have
mean, no,
idea.
Hedrah has figured it out as well.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Wait, can I do my
Fucking snake eyes.
Shush! Can I
Wait.
pitch my idea? Pitch my idea.
Oh, what is
Okay,
it?
what?
Like, it's got to be a moment's thing.
Okay, so, got medicine knowledge, and I got stunning fist. Can I punch her chest to try to stop her heart from exploding
Please.
with the stunning fist?
I mean,
No,
you can
please
try
do not.
anything. Does anyone try and stop Zanza?
I definitely stop Zanza from punching my collapsing wife.
Hey, it's rather that or her heart maybe explodes. I don't fucking know.
This is like
All right, you have a
Fate
minute,
is
so yeah, Zanza, do you try and
decreed
force the issue,
something
or do
alive.
you back down?
it's an
He
Well,
tries
what
to
sort of
swing. If he
reaction
tries to
do you
swing a
think?
glowing fist at her, I'm going to get in the way because I would like Mary to be unharmed, and I don't know what's happening to her yet. However,
Okay, fine,
I've
but
used I've used the phrase "exploding heart," and we've all used it rather loosely. I feel like Stan's the one who literally thinks her heart's about to explode. I know what's about to happen, and it's about to suck terribly. But
I
please don't also punch her in the chest.
Fine.
Yes, so as this is happening, Zanza's like rushing forward and then being rebuffed. The High Priestess takes a step back in alarm and like puts a hand out on Mary's shoulder, says, "Are you all right? Is something the matter?" And she's cut off as Mary vomits, just bleh, onto the floor. A black bilious vomit that turns white as snow after a moment. And something heaves inside of her chest, and she sort of sprawls forward on hands and knees as a mote of light begins to just press out of her mouth. And
Like,
Mary, would you make a Constitution saving throw?
Okay, would someone like to
Do
give
I?
me
Did
some?
I get inspiration
You
from
get
fighting the
bored.
god?
Yeah, you did.
Bardic.
I give you my inspiration.
I give you Bardic.
All right. Good luck. Please don't die.
Okay, that's good.
And-
That's good.
And bardic on top of that.
I mean,
But you can
you passed the
save 10
DC.
minutes.
It doesn't get
Oh,
better.
okay. You might as well keep it in the bank in case you need to
Yeah.
use it again.
So, Mary, this mode of light keeps coming and coming out of your mouth, forming into this flickering orb of light, almost the size of your head once you puke it out onto the ground, and it squirms, writhing like a worm upon the stone. What do you do?
I mean, I have.
Oh, no wonder he fucking apologized.
Kreshia, that's a soul.
Yeah. But she's still like active and moving and shit, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
but we'll
When
deal
did
with
you
that.
eat a second soul?
So about that.
Yeah.
So let's
yeah.
let's cut away for a
Maybe
moment as
it's
you guys have entered this temple. We cut for a moment up into the clouds, into the dark of space, and then reality seems to flicker for us for a moment. And then we see a great verdant green forest sprawling out in all directions forever and ever. And we see a black-furred kitsune woman dressed in a light, loosely fitting dress, watching in horror as this unfolds through a scrying bowl. Kalira gasps and shrieks a thunderous no. And then, beside her, we see a somewhat familiar face, that of the songstress. And this great Amazon bard puts a hand on the goddess of magic's shoulder, and fades out of existence. And Mary, you have died.
Huh?
Congratulations.
Oh, that's
The good news is, you had an extra soul in the hopper.
Ah, that's good.
So, yeah, you have just vomited up your soul, and your extra passenger who's been riding around in your ring, rather than just letting you fall over comatose and die, is going to just hijack you now. Kreshia, this long, lingering suspicion that Mary's been possessed is suddenly triggers when she doesn't just drop dead after vomiting up a soul. And then her soul just trundles along out of her mouth,
come back.
off this
Come
glob
back.
of vomit on the ground. And yeah, it's just kind of trucking away.
Should I be trying to grab
Where,
whatever that
where
is?
is it going?
I think
I'll give you one guess. Here, let me find a little icon for it. Here we go.
I'm gonna try. I don't know. Can I?
Kreshia, should I be doing anything?
I don't know what to do.
I
I
can't.
don't have anything. I don't have any tools for this.
I'm going to do. Hang on. Stop that. Stop that.
No.
Would this count as necromancy? Kind of feels like necromancy.
Stop!
Okay, Mary, you step forward. You are just at the perfect range to get next to this thing as it's floating up towards the dragon's mouth. So you are here now. Oscar falls onto the ground and squabbles. What do?
Fuck.
Okay, so will somebody just tell Zanza to grab it? I can grab Ghost. I can probably magically touch souls. Capture them.
All right. Well, hold on. Mary's like mid-action. If you guys want to roll initiative, that'd be fine. But we're gonna give Mary a turn here. Regardless. So yeah, everyone can roll initiative. Annika and Casternex have no idea what the fuck's going on, so they're not really going to do anything. Neither is the High Priestess or the guards.
I mean, I don't either, since I don't think Kreshia's mentioned what
No,
it
I'm
is.
probably
I don't
gonna.
think Kreshia knows.
I can see it, but also I can see that Mary is. There is a lot of conflicting information here. But also, she now has this horrifying feeling that her wife might have just secretly been a dragon goddess all along, and she, not deigned to mention that part or been aware of it.
I think I think I'm gonna. So am I Mary? Or am I the songstress now?
You have all of the opinions, beliefs, and ideals of Mary. You feel very different. You feel hollow and sort of ethereal inside. Like a great hole has been left in your chest, as if your heart has quite literally just hopped out and gone away. But you're the same person, technically.
Oh god. Oh
You
no.
just
Okay.
feel
So
weird.
okay, that's okay.
You just died and have to recollect your souls.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
your blood stain is just trucking along.
Really? Is that what you did? That's what you're doing?
Yeah. You came from the dragon orb.
I know.
This has been in the making for such a
Mary's
long,
soul-
long time.
Mary was made because a stupid goblin made a wish on a soul on a
Yep. So
magic ball
we
filled with
cut
dragon
backwards
souls.
like 50 years to when Mary, or like 6 months before Mary was born, when the party of Sav&D found a giant soul stone that contained all of the dragon souls, literally all of them, from all time, and the parties made a wish upon it for Mary to be pregnant, and they made her
Really?
pregnant.
No.
Not Mary, Skeza to be pregnant.
Sorry, yes, for Skeza to be pregnant with Mary,
And
and
hey,
it happened.
not the party, a specific fucking
It's-
ADHD goblin.
I mean, souls have to come from somewhere, and there was a big pile of souls right there.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just get pregnant the normal way?
I didn't ask to be. I didn't ask to be
17 million
born, Zanza.
Don't you pull that shit. Oh, God.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
So yeah, Mary, you've done your move or your bonus
I
action
think
this
I'm
turn.
gonna.
You have an
I
action.
think in a moment of panic, I mean, Mary has no idea what this is. So she knows it's. She knows some. I mean, instinctively, I think somewhere deep there, she knows that this is her soul, and she doesn't know how it's out of there and why she's not dead, but she's going to try and like teleport. She teleports towards it and tries to just grab it. I want my soul
All
back.
right, so you teleport like 30 feet up and into the air and towards the soul. You grab at it, and your hands just pass through it, and then you fall. Thump.
Oh, God.
Sort of roll with the impact as the soul carries on. We're just gonna. Unless anyone else has something they'd like to do, Zanza, you're the only one who gets to act before Mr. Soul is gonna finish his descent, or ascent rather.
Son of a bitch.
well, I saw Mary jump for it.
Yep.
So, I guess thinking this thing might be spiritual related, I'll try to key grab it.
Okay.
So, jump in the air and try to grab it myself.
Oh,
Zanza.
God, he's going to punch my wife in the soul.
Yeah.
Make an athletics check.
Okay.
That's how grapples work.
Mm,
All right.
God.
Mr. Soul just wiggles through your fingers, and yet you can feel it, this coruscating energy of life itself in your hands moment, and it squirts through your finger like gel, and then
Uh-oh.
you fall. Bloop. And then the soul goes home.
Dice, why do you hate me?
You got 2 fucking crits, dude. Don't you start that.
No, two
Yeah.
crits on nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, it was your choice to do
It
the
wasn't
roll.
my choice. I have no control over roll 20.
So yeah, there's a long, like, still silent moment. We can, like, in the distance hear the Kalira shrieking from the heavens And then the dragon skeleton shudders and shakes. And Marcus's necromancy radar, and Zanza's too for that matter, just goes into high alert.
Oh boy.
Oh, hey, this is a really big dragon. Weren't you guys talking about some dragon of World's End? Wonder if that's this guy.
A different one.
So the
This
dragon shudders and shakes, and these great cloths of scales that have been draped upon its shoulders squirm and writhe. They begin to wrap around the bones, transforming this drake from a withered skeleton back into a being that seems to be of flesh and blood as much as any of you. And it stares down upon you with its first great movements, its flaming gold eyes glancing down upon you. Its great frills stand on end, and its tendrils flit about its face as its horns settle into place. It stares down directly at Mary, and then it lifts up one of its great man-sized claws and reaches towards Mary slowly.
Mm.
Does it look like it's got enough, like, it's about to apply, like, pressure and impact, or it's about to be a touch? Because this is a chance to give my wife's soul back.
It's hard to tell. This thing is like 1,000 times bigger than you.
Can I try and insight
poking
the
somebody.
god?
Yeah, you can insight it for sure.
Inside the super
test it.
dragon.
Does it look like it has the intent to crush her to death?
The ultra dragon.
That is a thing you can ask.
And I have asked and I have rolled. Del.
All right. No. You sense no malice in its heart
Okay.
as
I'm hugging them very closely.
Yeah.
I'm watching
so
Going on.
the great dragon reaches down and ever so gently brushes the back of a claw across one of Mary's cheeks before it rises to its titanic height and
This is
unfurls its
happening?
great wings.
Am I dreaming?
Oh,
Am I hallucinating?
no.
As you say that, like,
What's
all the
going on?
sentinels and the high priestess all fall to their knees, just kowtowing before the great dragon as it rises.
Oh, I get it. You didn't have god blood in you. You just had dragon soul in you.
I
What?
was about to say shut up, but I think you're right.
What?
What the fuck did your mother do?
How should I know?
Are you alright,
I'm-
Mary?
I don't feel right.
Excuse me.
I feel cold.
Shit. We were just told what this dragon's name was.
Oh, hold on. Let me
Senatrea?
turn on its nameplate. There you go.
Excuse me, big Senatrea lady. Can you give us a second? My friend is feeling a little under the weather. I just want to check her out.
You
feel
hear
cold
a
and tired.
booming voice, so loud even in a whisper, that the columns of the temple shake and shudder. And it says, I am pleasantly surprised to see Merisiel lives.
Was she supposed to die? What happened?
Oh, she's a tough gal. She got over worse.
Yes, I have.
You both?
Wait, no, your nameplate says Senatrea.
Deadpooling this thing.
It's not,
Yeah, like
You're on the
there's a
same
tiny
page.
little museum plate in bronze, just like tacked up to one of the columns that says Senatrea, first among dragons.
I
Absolutely.
gotta look between my wife and this giant dragon. Mary?
Huh?
For all of Mary's life, yes. But long before that,
Fuck.
I am Senatrea, first among dragons. The first being to crawl out of your primordial soup. I am life and magic incarnate. And
Man, what
I
was
have
that?
returned to the world.
Okay, so
All that, and you're a princess. Wow, great job.
yeah,
Crazy.
how are there then two How are there two Marys then? Do you? I look down at Goat Mary. Do you still feel like you?
I don't feel the same. I feel cold and tired. I feel like something is missing.
I am afraid you have cannibalized our passenger. Songstress Iroh sacrificed herself so that you might live a little longer.
Isn't that necromancy? That sounds like necromancy.
Everything is necromancy, little Zanza.
And I have a lot to purge. I mean, very
Start with
interesting.
yourself.
I meant that to be a joke.
I mean, it might have been, but that's how she answers.
I meant that to be a joke. You know what? I meant that was supposed to be out of character, but I couldn't help myself.
I know.
When the originator of magic and life says that everything is necromancy, I think we may have to rethink this whole Inquisition thing.
No, it's fine. We just have to go against bad necromancy. We've already been over this.
Taking a step back from that, how long does Mary, Mary here, wife Mary, have?
Sorry, what was the question?
How long does Goat Mary have?
The dragon ponders for a moment, and then you see a faint shift amongst its great shoulders, and it says, "However long she tries to live. A
Okay.
good long time, I would
Okay.
hope."
Good.
Seems familiar.
Well,
Okay.
so you ate the
I heard a
songstress.
story about this once.
It's one hell of a story.
Someone
Wait,
lost a soul. No,
The
they
story
died.
of Sig's return?
They died, but only a piece of them came back. They were hollow on the inside.
You have quite a chasm in your chest to fill. The songstress might keep you alive, but she can never fill the hole a dragon would leave.
Oh, that's fine. You're about to have a child. My mother says that always fills the soul.
The corner of the dragon's lip just twitches up ever so slightly.
Oh, yeah, I'll blink. Oh, fuck. Is our kid okay? Are they alright?
Yes.
Oh man, what if?
Yeah, it turns out that con was also roll for miss. Oh my god, if she died, she would have died with a...
Hey man,
Not cool.
I was about to
So, out of curiosity, what would have happened if I had not snake-eyesed the charisma check, charisma save?
I don't want to tell you.
I was about to say it could have been worse.
Man,
what could have
fuck
happened
you.
is you
All
could
right.
have survived, but instead it took the soul of your unborn child.
I think I would have probably just held on a bit longer. I think
Yeah.
I would have been able to keep a hold on myself.
That would have been the true darkest end.
Well, they say that there are things that are just good for your soul. So maybe if I just do that, it'll grow bigger.
Like motherhood.
Yes.
Either way.
Go forth and multiply.
Introductions. You seem to know Merisiel, and
I
that's
know
Kreshia, her
all
wife.
of you, Zanza.
Oh,
I
I
think-
am Merisiel.
If that's right, and she was me, then you have all my memories.
She nods.
And yes, she knows you as well as I do.
wait. Does that mean Sarah now has 4 moms?
Oh my God.
She is a lucky girl.
Squint. Come on, Zanza. Fucking, can you just like dial it back a little bit on the dumb jokes? Kind of
Oh.
in shock here.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Fuck.
You still have to focus. Oh,
Does this
Senatrea.
mean I can eat souls for a little while?
No. No eating souls. That's necromancy. And that's bad.
That's bad, okay.
Well, Senatrea, since you're already technically our friend, that means you know our quest. Can you help us get to the moon?
Perhaps, yes.
Alright, we're gonna need a cow to jump over it first.
I mean, hey, a maybe is better than what we were expecting.
Did you expect to fail coming here?
Well, we expected very, very slim chances, but let's be honest, that's never stopped us before.
Wait a minute. Is this gonna...
You light yourself on fire.
No, it's just produce fire.
Just making sure you don't actually have, like lost all of your
Just gonna,
power and
wait.
shit.
Wait, I wonder. I'm just sleepily going to shake my hand, and then I'm gonna... And the fire's gonna appear, but it's not the usual color anymore. Where Mary's fire was always red and gold, now it is violet. Like
We lost the
magic.
dragon fire.
I guess that's interesting.
Hmm.
If you have all the memories of Mary, you should know that we're not the best at plans. We're not the best at, well, strategy. We go forth and hope for the best.
Yes, you are all pure of heart and full of bravery. Vim and vigor make up for cunning where it lacks. Yet you will not find such recklessness avail you on the moon, if you choose to pursue this goal of yours.
Not much of a choice. It's rather we go to the moon and save everyone, or we don't and we have our civilization wiped out.
There are other ways, but know this. If you trespass upon the moon, you shall set foot in the dreams of all the gods, and be forced to spill divine blood. She
Wait.
spits the word divine as if it's vile.
Wait, why would you have to kill the divine? We're trying to save their subjects. Wouldn't they help us, if anything?
Not if it's the will of the so-called moon father.
No, Moon God wants a reset. It's entirely possible that we meant to go stabby.
I guess it's a little late for theological questions, but if one of the gods wants it, then... I mean, I still want to save everybody, but this brings up really hard questions that I wasn't prepared to ask this morning.
Yeah.
Speaking of questions, you might be a good person to ask this. What's the deal with the moon person? How come they're all always, trying to wipe everybody out?
Ah, yes. An explanation few folk are privy to anymore, perhaps none. The man you seek responsible for all of this, for this city's stasis in time, for the destruction of every civilization that has ever come and gone upon Elona, was once the first amongst my servants, my most trusted ally, Karnas. He took up the mantle of God of the Moon and swayed giant kind to fly beneath his banner, to accompany him to the dream, and from there strike out and pave way for new civilizations, to wipe out those that came before, to bury us all.
The dream is the moon.
He
But
keeps doing it though. Like you'd think one time would be enough, and he'd get his way. Is there a particular
So
reason why he keeps trying to do this, or?
was there even a reason for the first time he did this?
Yeah, that's a good point.
The first time, I believe, was to kill me. The second time, the third time, I don't know. Perhaps he became infatuated with his role as god of cycles. Perhaps he
What?
truly believes that it is his duty to usher out civilization.
I mean, hey, that just absolves us of moral guilt.
there's never a moral guilt when it comes to saving the world.
I mean, there
Well,
might be,
actually,
but
never mind.
yeah, never speak in absolutes there.
Yeah,
Of
don't-
course,
yeah,
after all, if you preserve yourselves, you deny the next civilization its right to exist.
I suppose eventually in time our civilization will fall or change, but I'd rather that be for natural causes because it was their time than have us wiped out prematurely. It would be like letting someone die of age and killing somebody. It's completely different.
But
Yeah,
is
I
it a
can agree with
mercy
that.
killing, or is it murder?
No,
That
it's
is the
murder.
question you should ask Karnas.
It's
Definitely
not a mercy.
murder.
It's not a mercy killing if we, like all still really trying to stay alive.
Oh, no, I think I know what she means. You're talking about what Lord Winter was talking about. How civilization is stagnated and gotten evil and deserves to be wiped out and stuff like that.
I mean,
That
but he's also a
was-
dick.
That was what Karnas preached, yes, that Assyrian civilization had grown old and weak and corrupt, that it was time for us all to die and give way to the younger races, the giants and humans and others.
Kind of feels like you must have some kind of personal invested thing in this. I mean, this is probably super, super old, but Lord Winter's problems were also super old and still. So, like, did someone try and stab him in the back or something? Because that apparently is going around a lot.
Stab him in the back? No. I did try to eat him, though.
There we go. That'll do it.
Okay.
I mean,
Ah.
pre or post apocalypse attempt.
Pre-attempt, post-thinking about it.
Starting to see maybe a pattern here. Hey, he probably thinks you're dead. When we see him, we could tell him that you came back to life. Is there anything you wanted to, tell him? We could probably relay a message.
Oh, when we kill him, we should totally say Senatrea sends her regard.
Actually,
Senatrea
yes.
says, "Om nom nom."
If you would send Karnas a message when you drive your blades into his chest, I would be most appreciative.
Sure thing. What do you
Yeah,
want to
right.
say?
I forgive him.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Ah, stone cold. I
I-
mean, yeah, all right.
Zanza will raise his hand and go, wait,
That's the moral victory there.
Yeah, it is. That's me giving yourself the high ground on purpose.
The dragon
do have-
smiles faintly and just sits down on her haunches.
I do
That's
have
definitely Mary.
I do have a question.
The dragon looks at you.
Do we have to kill him? Is he evil or just misguided? I mean, all I'm trying to say is I can understand wanting to have cycles continue on to make sure that things don't stagnate. I simply think his method is a little too heavy-handed. You don't need to wipe out entire civilizations, just help make sure that civilizations can come to a peaceful end. After all, we have gods for everything because we people need help with things, don't we?
That was what Karnas promised once. To see out the ends of civilizations with dignity, rather than letting them fade over time into nothingness. Still, I believe he has overextended his reach this time.
Maybe he just needs somebody to go up and tell him that he has? I mean, hell, we forgave Lord Winter. After that, it seems like everybody deserves a free chance.
Perhaps. Though, in the grand scheme of things, Lord Winter has committed far less crimes.
Man, that is a statement I thought I'd never hear. Well, if we have to kill him, I won't hesitate, but it does seem like it might be fair to talk to him at least. Try to figure out exactly what's going on. Who knows? Maybe we'll go up there and find out that he needs our help to stop this cycle.
You never know.
We can try diplomacy, and then we can try violence-based diplomacy. Because really, I still stand by maybe it does come off as selfish and unfair and whatever, blah, 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 but I'm also really fond of this current existence continuing, and I'm going to endeavor to make sure that happens. Whether it's technically right or not. Fuck that noise. Why would I ever needed an excuse? I just prefer to have one.
I think we're just on the peak turning point of turning on, making progress and becoming a better society. If we're all wiped out now, then all that goes to waste.
Yeah, actually, it was looking pretty good.
Tell that to your necromancer.
No,
Yeah, but he's
don't
gonna
worry.
get fucking dunked on.
I'm going to make sure
I
to personally
think he's
see
going to
you
have
and deal with
a
him.
hard
The
time.
necromancer is a symptom, not the cause.
Well, then, it's just
Oh.
like...
Too bad then. I mean, we'll continue to keep, trying to fix the way shit is. Like,
That's-
civilization does have to improve. We keep coming out of wars. Like, you'd think these apocalypses would give us, just a couple hundred years to get shit in order. But no. They come in basically on the tail of one another. Why did they not expect this? These growing pains, very obviously.
Senatrea just laughs under her breath, a rumbling sound that shakes the walls again.
Seriously, I'm just saying, we handle this, and if we can just score, mortal kind a couple hundred years to get its shit together and not get into another race-ending war, I think it's gonna look real good.
Still, there's no crime greater to me than tampering with the soul. That necromancer might be just a victim of circumstance, but now he's choosing his own actions, and he's gone far past the point of redemption.
So, when you say
Think
tampering with souls,
soul
like,
talk is very touchy subject right now.
yeah, the
And
dragon
make a
just
mage
like
hand
huffs in your
thump
direction.
him. Yeah.
Well, I
A
don't.
mage hand thump
Well, I
Zanza
don't
in the
ex-
cheek.
We kind of just bore witness to some really crazy soul exchange going on.
Well, I don't know exactly what just happened here, and I'm tempted to say it's necromancy. At least it doesn't seem malicious.
She did just say everything is necromancy. What does that even mean?
Oh, whatever. Please.
The same magic that raised corpses raised the first of you out of the primordial soup. And when she says you, she's not pointing at you, she points at her Assyrians. The guardians who are all like kowtowing around the room at her.
I'm confused. If they're the first creatures, and necromancy involves dealing with dead people to bring them back, then how is it necromancy if they're the first?
Because it's the same type of magic, not that it's the same
It's
semantic as
I think they're similar. It's like something being in the same school, but you use a different incantation, sort of. It's like it's dealing with raw life force, but on a much different scale and usage. Like where you put in just a teeny bit to give some pale semblance to a skeleton or a zombie. But if you put in a whole lot and give it direction, I think maybe it makes actual life.
Kreshia is going to
Just
just
dabbling.
blank herself out of the... Yeah, Kreshia is just going to give her an it's too much. No. And it's also, he's not going to understand.
No,
Right.
no, it makes sense. It's
Did I have
basically
that even remotely correct? I feel kind of...
To an
Wait, so-
extent, when I created my Assyrians, I shaped their souls, myself, from the raw aether of the world. The bodies were created from the immaterium as well, the same that might create a zombie, putting the raw essence of life together, and then drawing forth a soul into existence.
Saying this out of character because I don't want to get ganked, but slowly drawing sword. No, not actually. Not actually. Do not fucking kill me.
Also, I fucking love the statement Mass just made that is a jar full of jam the owner of the jam? Mmm.
What?
That is
You know-
Mary's predicament in it.
Sansa.
Yeah. Are you you or is the dragon you?
I don't know.
The answer is
Yes.
yes.
Wait.
That is a real philosophical
Well,
question there. Are you your soul, or are you your memories and experiences?
Both.
Soul doesn't need fucking.
Well-
You know what? Not starting that, but
I think I figured out how to explain it simply. The
Zanza
soul is
gets
the
it.
cream filling. The soul is the cream filling. The body is the bun.
I'm a bun.
Donut
I'm a
around
bun.
it.
Tasty, tasty bun.
See?
now I'm just hungry.
See?
Just
so
ate.
without the So if you make a bad bun with no filling, you get a zombie. Or a skeleton
Well,
like that.
Well, let me
But
put
if you
it
make
this.
a good bun with cream filling, you get
And if you make
Points
a
around.
cream filling with no bun, you get a ghost.
Well, let me put it this way. The people around here, they have lives, seemingly free will, and they're enjoying themselves. So even if it is all just necromancy, then all that does is shift the responsibility on how you use the said necromancy.
Now
Whereas
he
you-
gets it. Amazing.
Whereas you may have created life and given it, this necromancer just wants to abuse it for his own selfish ends.
Does he now?
I mean, I'd be very, very, very shocked if he had some tragic backstory about how he's just trying to improve the world.
You never know.
I
just
won't,
looks at Danica,
I-
looks back at Sansa.
I won't forget the devastation I saw back at that village, nor the corpses left behind.
Nor should you.
And I'll make sure he pays for each and every soul he's tampered with. But first, the moon.
Well, from the sounds of it, the moon is the primordial dream wherein all gods go. And there is a way to go there without, dying. Well, dying is the easiest way.
Isn't it just?
Well,
Just
think
remember,
that's
once
it.
you pull that feat, there's no coming back.
Oh. Wait, you
Yeah.
mean going to the primordial dream or going there via death?
Once your soul arrives unclad of flesh within the dream, it is bound there for eternity, even if you are a so-called god.
Then I'll make
Wait a
sure.
fucking second. Have I oathed part of my soul to you?
Oh, yes. It's very
Huh.
tasty.
Do you have a dream?
I do now.
Huh. Huh. Can I be your avatar?
There's like
Hey.
a long moment's consideration.
Hey, being knights to dragons is my gimmick. You're a princess.
Yeah, and the last princess we met, aka the then queen, also got to be one, so meh.
Princesses get everything.
Whatever.
I'm afraid there's a line, but if
Wait,
you would care to become a cleric of myself, I would be honored to accept your service.
Can we? Like,
I need to figure out how that works, because I already do magic. Wait, if I'm a cleric of you, do I actually stop being a wizard?
That depends on you.
I don't know how that works, so I don't know if it depends on me or random chance, if I'm entirely honest.
Out of character, you can now multiclass into cleric of the arcane domain. And you can also do what Mary did and trade in any number of levels for cleric.
Oh my god, but I'm a spell singer fighter, and I honestly really like it because that last scene was dope.
it was pretty dope.
I mean,
It was really fucking cool.
you got 2 more levels in ya.
I do. You know what? I will very strongly consider a cleric power. I need to look at what the fuck Arcane Cleric even does.
Arcane Cleric is boss. It gives you magic missile and shit.
What
I
cleric,
have
I
magic
know.
missile and shit!
But you always have it prepared.
what cleric
But
isn't
I
good?
nearly
Oh.
always do it. You know what? I will look over it. That's something I might legitimately take just because why not end the biggest clusterfuck of a character I possibly can?
You mean Princess Elf Doggo Girl? Who
Yeah,
Who is a fighter wizard cleric? Yeah, okay, you're
Yeah,
just an AD&D
fighter
character now.
wizard cleric.
Congratulations.
Woo!
I was gonna say
You're ready for
I
your
kept
solo
rolling-
run of Baldur's Gate 2 now.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
a-
ready. I'm ready
solo
to
run
keep
of
rolling
Baldur's
tens. What's
Just
my
max
Faco?
Just
Ooh,
ma-
how good is my Faco?
It's
Just
shit
max
because you're
out on that
broke.
grass.
Ah!
Just max out on that Mary Sue status.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Don't you talk about Mary Sue status, Captain Weeaboo Warrior.
Motherfucker,
Yeah.
being a weeb is different from being a Mary Sue. Shut
Is
up.
it?
You're
No,
a princess. Fuck you.
You're a
think-
you're a magical fist ninja.
You're a princess of a dead race. Shut up.
Well, I'm a princess of a divine champion who was adopted by a goddess and
And
was
had a
also
dragon
the
soul.
soul
Yes, we-
vessel for the first being that ever lived in this entire world. What does that make me?
I'm
Also,
Mary.
Also, I was
your name
possessed
starts as
by a prophet.
also your name starts as Mary,
Oh no! Dragon Jesus!
and it's Merisiel Mary. I'm just saying the writing was on the wall all
The
along.
writing was all over it.
true.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god, that hurt my
It
throat.
turns out that actually Kreshia did pull out that one fateful night. And you
Oh,
just
no.
have Dragon Jesus growing in you. It's fine.
Oh, the best. Oh, the best. But yes.
You
Continue.
bore me, mageling.
So, how do we manage to get to the primordial dream while still keeping our flesh? So that way we have a way
Well,
back.
There's
Mary
a way to get
Senny's
to
mum
the.
did it.
There's a way to get to the dream. It-
Yes, but that is rather limited now that Lord Winter has destroyed most of them.
Can't more? I mean, can more be made? They were made
shit.
once.
And the dragon
give me
will
a
sort of
second.
look up and say, "For those of you curious, once, long ago, those of my Assyrians I gave the mantles of godhood. Each of them created a cloak for their one chosen champion, a way for our mortal servants to join us in our everlasting dream. These cloaks are long gone now, all but one,
The one my mother has.
but
Or
perhaps
your mother has.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What?
but perhaps more could be made."
Ooh, that sounds like fun. That sounds like a quest that's achievable as opposed to all dying. I mean, like, if
The
it
other-
really worst comes to worst, I'll seppuku to save, everyone.
The other god. so
Kreshia,
the
you're
gods would have
pregnant.
to
Please
make-
don't.
What?
Oh,
What?
by the way, you're pregnant. Congratulations.
The fuck?
Oh, hey, look at that. Our kids are going to. Or we're going to have. They're going to have siblings.
Yes,
That's
please don't kill our children.
Son of a bitch.
Well,
nice.
just looks at Kreshia,
That
reaches
makes
over
3.
and plucks
Wait, no,
her
that'll be
pipe
4.
away.
4
What did you...
kids.
Oh god. Oh, please, Senatrea, please tell me it's a fawn.
It's
Oh
a fawn.
yeah.
Yes!
Oh, you lucky.
I continue smoking my pipe. Fuck yeah.
Is Frida pregnant?
You,
Huh?
No, she,
No.
it's,
oh, you lucky bitch. You get to drink.
Just thought
and
I'd
smoke
check
as
since
much as you
everybody seems
want.
to be getting pregnant.
Is Zanza pregnant?
Maybe.
Am I pregnant?
Would you like to be?
I'm gonna have to think on that one.
There's just like
Maybe-
this
maybe-
eternal sigh just flows through the room from the dragon. Just,
I mean,
never
I'm not going to
mind.
say no to the dragon sex.
Oh my.
So, before that's my wife you're talking to, Zanza.
Ugh.
So, Merritrea, how about that?
Mary
Actually,
Treya.
or would you prefer Senatrea?
I would prefer you keep it in your pants for 5 minutes.
No, you wouldn't. I know you.
The dragon
Oh.
just rolls its eyes slightly.
Oh God. She knows my secret. Oh no.
She knows all of them.
Oh God, she knows.
Wait, but
Yeah, but
still,
also she's
Frida,
just as
Frida-
vested in keeping them all on the down low as you are. You are just as
Well,
vested in
that's
keeping your secrets as you.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. She's, that's right. Yes. Yes.
Kreshia,
Yes. Yeah, Frida?
it means that you can drink. Takes the pipe again, not
What is it?
smoke.
But this leaves are natural.
Hmm.
I mean, so is
You're
alcohol.
smoking mushrooms.
Those are no less natural than leaves.
I mean,
Actually, that one might have been both. Now that I think about it, I think that's mushrooms and leaves that I've dried and
Alcohol's
packed into a
natural
finer.
too.
Yeah, exactly, and that's allowed.
Yeah, but that's 'cause
Are
you're
you
having
sure
fun.
I can't smoke too? That seems strange.
I mean, she is a fawn. You wouldn't know.
I get. Oh, I like smoking. It was a wizardly affectation. Getting shit-faced is just being drunk.
Make
Not very
sacrifice.
wizardly. It's a fun affectation. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as wizardly as
No.
smoking a pipe.
No, it's a fawn application.
Nice.
Oh,
I will lean back over my shoulder and provide a very tired fist bump. It was still well earned.
Ugh.
Okay, so back to the matter at hand. So
Pardon?
maybe we could get some more cloaks made, but we'd have to talk to not Kalira. We'd have to talk to Kanara and Kandarn and Wovar and not that Agarash.
Who's
And
Agarash?
he's the Hobgoblin's favorite one.
The god of
Wait.
war.
Oh.
And
No.
But does he actually
Mithras.
still really...
Wait a minute. So
I
is
heard
that myth about Mithras making all the war, making everything that is not true?
None of your myths are true.
Aw.
Oh.
Wait, is the myth about the god of war getting a son not true either?
She cocks an eyebrow.
Oh yeah, you mean the great legend Dad of Boy.
Yes. Skow got it.
I also got it. I just
Get the fuck
chose
out.
not to.
Chose not
out.
to engage.
Do not enable him.
Please enable me.
Like,
Oh.
Well, I mean, he sounds like a violent guy from his title, but surely if the world's at stake...
Man, I'm gonna have a conversation with Mom.
Don't you always
Fuck
have to have
yeah.
a conversation with your
I
mother?
mean, yeah, but it keeps telling us she has even more secrets like every fucking time.
They all have so many secrets.
It's almost as if your mother is the goddess of trickery.
Don't remind me about that.
Rasm Frasm fade away trick.
She's so
Oh,
frustrated.
Senatrea.
I know.
One
I
last
know.
vital-
Internally, I know she can hear me. She's so frustrated. But I was gonna say, she's so frustrating sometimes.
But also at the same time, now that you think about it, she's also probably horrified that her daughter's soul got drank.
Oh no! I sit up from my nice, comfortable lap. Oh no!
I have a critical question for
That's
Senatrea.
not good.
And the dragon's just kind of staring at you.
Do you have a human form?
Perhaps. Why?
She's
I
so
would
pretty as a
assume-
dragon.
I mean,
Assume
yeah,
she
but
can
it's
take
hard to
whatever
hug a
form she
dragon.
wants.
I can't wrap my arms around that.
Ooh, could you turn into me? That would be. that
No,
would make this
don't,
even
please.
better.
That's way too... Unless
That
actually
would
there are
just make this
definitely
even
applications.
more ridiculous.
Hold on,
I just-
I just gotta look at a thing real quick.
I just wanted to give her a hug.
That's fair.
Wait for it.
Yeah, I mean, welcome back to Life Hug is absolutely in order.
Huh?
Yeah, does the Dragon God of Magic have Disguise Self?
Wait.
No, not Disguise Self.
I mean, she
guys.
has human
Polymorph?
form, but
Oh, yeah, okay.
it's a dragon. But
Guys,
also, it might have something else here. Okay.
Please don't turn him into a dragon. Not allowed. Nope.
I'm not allowed to have any fun.
No.
no, it's not that. It's not that. It's just dawned on me. We did fulfill the fucking promise that, what's his name? What's his name again? Kreshia said to the Guardian.
It's true. Yeah, I owe him a cup of tea in the afterlife of his goddess's reawakened dream. I will ask if he's there.
Sorry. Shop's empty. And as she's saying that, you can see the dragon's like little claws are dancing across the runes on the ground, and then she casts a spell.
Damn
Oh.
it.
You get an extra Mary.
Is that a simulacrum, Mary?
Yes.
Huh.
So
Yeah,
now we've got
she just-
Merisiel, Merilacrum, and Senatrea.
Yeah, an extra Mary just appears from between her claws and sort of gasps and blinks and staggers around.
No
She's not
fucking
pregnant.
way.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
I'm gonna
God,
go up and
this
poke
mu-
the new
Oh,
Mary.
blink.
See
Oh,
if
this
really-
must be a dream now.
Wait, is this Mary isn't pregnant, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
poke-
Climbs up
Mary's all the
on
way
top of
down.
her.
There we go. Now you get a perch
So
again.
that,
Wait, can you create two of anybody?
That's
I'm
the
the goddess of
simulacrum.
magic. I can do anything.
Can you create an army of Jeffreys?
The world isn't ready for an army of
Oh,
Jeffreys.
Jeff.
Oh
No.
no, you know what? If there was ever a candidate for champion of Senatrea, the dragon,
Oh,
it'd be
the-
fucking God
it'd
King
be
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
He
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
at the top of my list.
Dope.
Also, I feel
know
that
what?
our
Good.
kobold
Out.
friend
Yes.
will die if he learns of me. His little heart will explode.
Aw.
Oh, hey, I don't mean to impose here, because, you know, you're back to life and all that, and infinitely powerful, but there's this undead paladin to Kanara in a temple, and she had been turned by Lord Winter, and,
Oh my God,
you
can
know, she wasn't having a great time of it, because her curse was kind of interfering with trying to, you know, do right by people. Could you, like, make a not undead version body of her that we could maybe put her into so she wouldn't be big cursed all day?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Dragon will sit back on its haunches and consider this for a moment. Then it will tap its claws again and say, "Ah, there may be something I can do. I believe I owe you at least this much, Marcus, for keeping my soul vessel alive all this time." And the dragoness will reach up and poke off a little scale, and she will hand it to you.
So imagine that is like a fucking short shield sized
The short
scale
shield's
still.
ass. This is like a 300 Spartan's shield. You just
Dope.
like hold it in both
Oh, man,
I
hands.
can't
It
even-
weighs
Oh,
like
I
50
can't even
I just
pounds.
imagine
There's
just
so-
drop the fucking
But there's
car
so
on
much
him.
magic in that thing.
Yeah, so she hands
Wow.
you one of her scales. If you choose to use it as a shield, it counts as a like fire-resistant shield. And she says, "I have put a bit of magic in this. Use it as you will. It
Oh.
should be able to reverse her effect, or
Oh.
create any manner of fun
Wait,
diversion
that
for
shield
you.
can reverse vampirism? Oh my
Perhaps.
God.
Wait, that
The
does remind me.
subject must be willing, so don't go
Trying to
rubbing
poke
it on
Lord Winter
Lord
with it.
Winter.
Oh, I mean, wouldn't it
What?
be weird though if he'd always
What?
wanted to be alive again? God, what a
What?
time to figure that shit out.
If he wanted it, I don't think he deserves it.
No,
But
that's
that
Hey,
does
hey, man. Hey, that would be like the ultimate second chance.
that would
I,
be.
I do have a question though, involving the moon god. So,
Yeah.
Yes.
would I be able to get a small fraction piece of your horns?
Why
Claw.
for?
Because we can make a dagger out of it. That way, if we have to kill
Oh,
the
you wanna-
Moondog,
Oh, you want to
That's-
shiv him with the Pete? You know what? That's
You-
I'll give you that. That's pretty legitimate.
Huh.
Some kind of divine prison shiv.
after all, I am a servant of dragons. It would be my
Yeah.
duty to help you get your revenge.
Fucking dragon prison shiv. It's just a blade with the words inscribed in Asira, no hard feelings, kid.
There's no hard feelings between us.
There's another moment's consideration, and then the dragon just laughs under its breath and says, I've only been alive for a few minutes, and already I feel like I've forgotten how much fun you are. Very well. Here. And she will run one of her claws up a horn, creating just a tiny little, like, filed shaving. And she will hand it to you, and it's, like, as thick as your arm.
Which is not very thick considering it's Zanza.
I mean, yeah, but it's still big enough to be like a spear or a short sword or something if you carve it down. And she says, when you confront Karnas, if you confront Karnas, show him this in his last moments,
And then stab it through his chest?
if you want.
Alright. I know what to do now if we can't convince him to be easy on the cycles.
Yeah, so Merrielacrum is just getting sat on by a goat, I guess.
Yeah,
What
she's
is-
been like while Mary's been pregnant, Frida hasn't been able to goat tower.
It's the deep instinct, impossible to
But
just
she's tall as well.
So this is where Zanza reveals his plan to get multiples of him so he can make this.
Is that why I've never felt the urge to climb on things?
Yeah, it's just because you're tall already.
Yeah, you
Because
have
I
to be
was
the
a
base of the
dragon
tower.
all this time?
But guys,
Yeah, sorry, you were always meant to be bottom of the tower there.
Zanza Express Train.
No.
Just make a
Oh
bunch
wait, you
of
want to use a bunch of Zanzas to do the peasant railgun, but next
But-
level.
It wouldn't be the peasant railgun. It would be the peasant express. He could literally just be a car.
It's just a bunch of Zanzas in different, like, just outfits, or just even different hats. Like, oh yeah, I'm trained Zanza 3. This is the Zanza
Wait.
Express.
Oh, just tips off Merrielacrum and asks. Looks at the book and asks Senatrea. Excuse me, you're
Yes,
the
darling.
god of, well, you're the dragon of magic and all that, everything.
That's correct.
Can you help Annika control her magic better so she doesn't run the risk of hurting herself or others?
Everyone cranes their neck over at Annika.
Yeah, who has just like pressed herself up into this corner, like, and suddenly looks very uncomfortable.
Everyone remembers that she's there now.
Yeah, she's
Also,
been
there's
trying to be
Pasternak's.
like a real small. Yeah, Castronix also is. He's been like just kind of staring up at the dragon, like holy
Just
shit.
like stunned
Was
silence.
not ready for this fucking day.
Yeah,
was not ready.
no, this is not how today was supposed to go. He's just gonna sit in his
See,
jail
Castronix?
cell.
Yeah, he was gonna sit in
book,
jail,
and it
but
was gonna
no.
be fine.
Someone won the Duel of Fates with the champion here, and then it turns out one of those meek mortal mooks that came along also happened to have Senatrea's soul piggybacking in them. Not ready for this fucking... And also the piggyback soul vessel still fucking kicking.
Yeah.
Which should also be impossible. It's been a
Just
day.
imagine Castronix. It's really
And-
fun when when you have a lot of friends because you get to see all this cool stuff.
And a
So
nap.
when you say that, Castronix sort of leans in and takes a step forward and says, "So if you're the progenitor of all life, Does that make you everybody's great-grandmother? Or is that not how that works?
Oh, you can call Mary Graham. Oh,
Kaepernick
John
just-
Irenicus, no!
Not John Irenicus.
Shit. Yeah, the dragon just sort of glowers at Kaepernick, and he just, like, stumbles back onto his ass and drools.
Man,
you don't just
no
call
matter
someone old like that.
No matter what the age.
That's
women
true,
still
actually,
hate-
yeah, Mary, Mary, that is a very Mary response. Dude!
No matter what the age or generation, women do not like to be called old.
Even if you're immortal and ageless, it's still like you gotta be more polite about it.
So I'm just going to write down on my character sheet.
For you, Annika, are you sure you would even want such a thing? To be
That's right,
stripped
she
of
came
something
here
that
to-
makes you who you are, that has defined your whole life, and Annika just, like, takes a step forward and says, yes, please, please.
It might explode her.
Please make my magic less volatile. I don't want to be a wild mage anymore. Please stop this. The explosions. I don't want the explosions.
I burned my teacher,
Follow along on the
and he
path to
became a
explosion.
necromancer that is a scourge of the land. So, yes, please.
Join me on the glorious path of explosion.
I was always fond of wild mages. They're the most fun, but very well. Yeah, exactly. Hold on. Yeah, Senatrea will cast another spell on Annika this time. And boop. That's a
Okay.
big ol' spell.
Wow, that's a big print. Oh, let's have a look here.
That's a
It's
wish.
wish.
Yeah, so there's just a pregnant moment of silence, and then Annika stumbles back, gasping, and you can see every vein in her body just turning black for a moment. And then it turns red, like bright blood red. And then a deep aqua blue. Then green, as bright and brilliant as a tree's leaves. And then white, like snow. And then Annika vomits forth flames. Rather than a fireball exploding around her, she sprays forth a cloud of multicolored gas and flames that just engulfs Casternax for a moment. Hear a general grunt of discontent as his clothes are all burned off. And Annika sort of coughs and sputters as her buckled witch's hat falls off. And you can see the tips of her fingers have turned colors now. They're no longer human skin, but rather dark scales. Each finger the color of a different type of dragon. And her eyes become slitted and golden, just like Senatrea's.
God damn it, she's gotten even sexier!
Oh,
Announces Kreshia loudly.
Now she's a dragon blood sorcerer.
Ah,
Dragon sorcerer.
Come on, Zanza, you've asked enough.
There.
that's so cool,
Do
though.
not, Zanza,
It
do
is
not
super
ask.
cool, though.
Don't ask the god dragon to vomit on you, please.
Oh, wait, I completely forgot about that. Hey,
No.
Senatrea, I have a favor to
no,
ask.
no.
No.
Both
No,
Marys are
no,
like,
no,
no,
please."
don't.
But it's trading. I just want to be better, a better Dragon Knight.
Gerblor.
Yeah, Zan's like halfway through that, you just get power word stunned.
She even knows Stunning Fist.
The last things you babble as you dump onto your ass. Blabble. It's Earthbred.
Yeah, so Zan's tongue just lolls out the side of his mouth, and he stands there drooling for about 6 seconds.
He's frozen and stunned, but his dick is hard. And
Yeah, I mean, she petrified you.
Well, we can't.
Hard as
Well,
a
we
rock.
can't see it because you have the thong of holding.
I gotta ruin my fun.
So at this
Because-
point, Casternix is
Dog, your
recovered
only
and-
purpose is to die by my hand.
I think we
just
should
grumbles.
BCL, why did
shitty
you ruin your
grandma.
fun? Because I'm the one that has to heal your ass.
God damn it! I cannot believe I'm pregnant.
It's great.
Well,
Join the club.
congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Sierra. You're gonna have a sister.
You
Or
mean another
brother.
one?
I know,
You're
right?
gonna have
Oh,
two.
She'll
well,
like put a hand on Mary's belly.
Wait. You're gonna have one. Wait.
which Mary's?
Yes.
She stepped a step away.
The
Oh
one.
man, a new
The one
mother
that's
and
pregnant, obviously.
a new mother and two sisters on the way. If your family
Wait, how
keeps
do we know if
expanding,
it's
I don't know.
if your
Again,
family
what-
keeps expanding at this rate, you're gonna be like a Taeleer at in no
I know
time.
mine. I know mine's a son. Is gonna be a
Yeah,
son.
I was gonna
Boy.
ask, what have I got, burning the factory then?
Oh wait, she said Faun earlier.
Yeah,
That means it's a
didn't-
girl.
Oh, is it always a go?
Actually,
Yeah,
hold on.
hold on,
Let me go look and see what the fuck you're pregnant with, because I know Mary's got a half elf.
I believe that
And
it is a fawn.
Pretty sure, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have a fawn, but let me just confirm on the little calendar
Yeah, it
document.
was a fun, but gender was.
And fawn is either going to be a... Oh no, it's a satyr, actually. Aha.
The boy.
It is a boy.
It is a boy. The Bleaksworthy boys are very pretty. You'll be happy.
It's just
They're
Zanza
gonna have
2.0.
brothers.
The Bleaksworthy boys might as well be girls. Ho ho ho.
Oh ho ho. Now I've got a couple that are mentally a bit of a split line, thanks to some Taeleer that ended up with some of my mother and other mother in them, in both senses.
Oh, that was my sister Senatrea. She told me that story.
I mean, we're not related. I'm gonna make that one very clear.
I mean, of course not. I'm not royalty.
No, I don't think any of the Taeleer with the Bleaksworthy bloodline have a sharence with the Ilgade buns. At least I don't think that's the case. And you know what? I'm just going to continue on
Wait.
happily assuming that isn't going to be ever the thing to worry about.
Wait, but. Kreshia,
Yes.
the Taeleers are pale.
Why are we supposed to talk to somebody?
Your father
Oh,
figure
wait a
was
minute.
very chocolatey brown.
Uh-huh.
Sansa's entire family is chocolatey brown.
Okay, thanks, Frida. I was going to keep you from sleeping for a very long time. Yeah, I guess now it's the question, what
I mean,
now then, Merisiel?
I mean, if you were my family, you wouldn't be sleeping for a very long time. You'd have so many sisters you'd have to be introduced to.
There are words coming out of your mouth and I want them to stop. I want them to stop so badly.
It's okay. I'll help you make sure.
You're doing that thing again. There are still more words. Shh. And I will point up at giant Dragon Mary. Excuse me, Medea.
Yes.
I believe the question beggeth now, what do? And also any kind of insight you can give on the whole soul sharesies and the weird fucking throne thing I sat in that's stolen some memories and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, yes. An artifact left from my time. Sorry
Oh
about all
god, we were supposed to
that.
find something.
Don't worry. You are better off not remembering half the things that will steal from you.
Oh.
The throne
Ah.
was created to seal away the giants.
Oops.
Unfortunately, you sat on it.
Oh, look at Goat Mary.
Ouch. Oops.
Look at Goat Mary and be like, oh, come on.
Yes, it's
Maybe.
your fault.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be funny if that throne was there? So that,
How was I supposed to know? I couldn't. None of us.
Well,
could
I mean,
read the
you do
instructions.
different. You know. Darn.
None
Darn,
of us
that's
could
annoying.
read the
Wait.
instructions.
Wait, if
You know,
the
if
throne
they-
was
if
made
you-
seal enough,
Oh,
can we
you know
just
what?
reactivate it?
Unfortunately, no. It was a one-use
Oh.
device.
Darn it.
At least until it's recharged.
why are
But-
mages
Gonna
so
assume that
that's
takes a while.
What
It
silly mage
takes
decided to?
a precious resource to...
Residium.
No.
Souls.
Yes. Specifically, and she kind of looks at Kreshia, a specific soul.
Oh,
Kreshia
I
would
have to
die.
put me in the fucking. Damn it!
Kreshia
I mean,
would
I'm-
have to die.
I would, but now I've fucking.
Yes.
kind of-
Darn it!
No
what kind of
taking the
mage-
easy way out for you.
What kind
Well,
of
you-
mage designs an end of the world button that's activated by sitting on it? Doesn't have a reverse switch. That's just stupid.
Well, Zanza, it was guarded by a giant golden golem that you decided to murder for no reason.
I mean, it
don't
wasn't even a
remember doing
challenge.
that.
Anybody could have walked around and activated that thing. It wouldn't have been us.
Squint.
I think. Is there
I'm
a
ju-
is
I'm
there a
just-
tongues spell for writing?
Yeah, it's comprehend language.
All I'm
No,
arguing-
I mean you enchant writing to always be able to be read by whoever looks at
Oh.
it.
I don't know. I'm sure you could
That
make
wa-
a spell that does that.
That would be a good idea to do. That way, the next time something like this, that way, the next time someone makes something like this, they can put down some writing that it can be understood by everybody and isn't written in an ancient.
Well, no, if you remember correctly, there was in fact a spell on that writing that turned it into a language we could understand. However, it was full of riddles
just
instead
didn't.
of saying, by the way, do not sit end of world button,
Don't sit on this
Big
goddamn
dragon
chair.
wife.
A Siren writing only comes in poetry.
All I'm saying is that an end of the world artifact should rather be destroyed or way heavily guarded. More than that.
I mean,
It was
heavily
made
guarded.
before there was anybody else to sit on it.
Oh,
Next time we'll future-proof it better, now that we know that there are many more civilizations,
And
like
they
the
all
one
have
that will come
asses for
after
sitting
you
with.
when you sit here and blather until Karnus kills you all.
Ah,
The dragon grumps and just sits down again.
I will
I'm
s-
sorry, sweetie. I didn't mean to make you grumpy.
I will go and pat Dragon Mary. On
You
Big
pat
Claw.
yourself.
I'll
Senatrea.
I'll pat Senatrea on the claw. It's no easier on that side, is it? It's not. It's not on this side.
There's no way it is.
I think I'm still a bit hormonal. Thank you for that.
Oh, well,
Hey, you pregnant with Drabies?
I better
I
not
don't
be.
think that's not how that
Would
works.
you like to
That's
be?
a pos- That would be.
Keep it in your pants, woman.
Well, it seems like we have things we must do.
Yeah, we've got some thinking to do.
And please, I need a bath and a nap so badly. I don't know about you guys, but I got in a duel of fates today.
I had my soul sucked out.
Yeah, I think a
Vomit
really
out.
good, really good nap is in order here.
I could use a nap.
Well,
Sounds
we did
delightful.
have some people called Immortal to talk to.
Oh God, we
Yeah,
were
I
going
mean,
to talk to some
I wonder if that's
people.
been a little bit subverted now. Just a skosh.
Just a
I
little
mean,
bit.
I
I mean,
haven't.
would they like to see us anyway?
I imagine they just want to talk to their new, their re-resurrected dragon god.
Yeah, how's Kawaii there feeling? Just in
I'll
a
be-
casual conversation with my dragon goddess wife.
She and all of the other Assyrians here are just like in the kowtow position in front of the dragon. They are completely unmoving.
Shikaka.
I'm guessing saying telling them to be at ease isn't gonna work.
I mean, you saying it won't.
I mean, yeah, me saying it won't.
Senatrea?
Wait, which
Your
one
knees
of
must-
them?
Their knees must be killing them by now.
They don't feel
If they-
pain.
But if they get up, they might start also asking questions and talking a lot.
Yes, and some disembodied god doesn't want to be talking through 5 mouths at once now.
Disembodied God doesn't want to be talking too far.
Well, where are we supposed to be headed towards first? Catch a nap, and then where do we travel?
God, I don't even want to think about it right now. So, mantles. What would be a way to create them, assuming that we don't have to start cramming souls into shit?
You'd have to talk to the gods about that. They made the first ones.
Yes. Each god made their mantle unique to them. Each will have their own ritual for creating a new one, if they were
Ooh.
so inclined.
Ooh, could you do one for me since you own me?
There's like a long moment's pause and tremendous sigh. I can't make one out of thin air, but I can tell you how to make one of your own. And then I will bless it and give you access to the dream.
Okay.
But it will only work for the one of you, so
It's one person,
you'll still need at least 4 more.
Well, 3 more since I already know Sieg.
Sieg isn't a
Zanza.
god, you idiot.
Thank you. I don't think
Thank
even
you,
you.
myself.
I don't think even you say.
There
It's
are
just
no
with me
gods,
saying.
and even if there were, Sieg is not one of them.
I mean,
No.
but
No.
what about
No.
even?
No, Zanza.
Howard,
She is not a goddess.
Hmm.
She is even weaker than you are now.
Then how do I bless my sword with electricity?
You
That's
are
just
a
you,
wizard.
Zanza.
I'm not a wizard. I don't even know how to cast spells.
Neither does Annika, and yet she does.
I mean, she's a wild magic mage. That's completely different. I can
No.
consistently make lightning happen.
And Annika can consistently blow up her friends. In the background, Annika's just like flushing and wants to say something very badly, but restrains herself.
I mean, she never means to do that. Also, let's... Oh, Annika. Oh, well, I guess it's fine since you gave her dragon magic now.
I could.
Meanwhile, we like cut back to like 2 minutes ago where Annika was just throwing fire bolts at Castronix gleefully.
Ha ha ha!
Yay, yay!
I'm a
Crazy stuff's not happening. I'm
But
not
if I-
making butterflies and explosions.
But if I'm a mage, why can't
No more
I do any
bubbles.
other spells? How did I learn this spell? I'll put in air quotes for my sword.
Because
I don't
you're
think-
lazy and don't know how to read. I don't know.
Hey, I know how to read.
Do you?
I know how to read the most beautiful language on land.
Blit!
The language of love.
Well, that too.
The point is, Zanza, you could cast any spell you want if you applied yourself to it. You have perhaps more magic in your blood than even Annika or Sierra.
I don't know how. Zanza gives a stink eye at Kreshia.
Yeah. The dragon turns to Kreshia and says, I'm out of power word stuns. Next is power word kill.
Stop yeah. We should stop irritating me.
But I already know that you're fun to tease you. Damn it.
Yeah, well, I mean, now I have a unfathomable cosmic power.
That danger only makes it more entertaining, but you're also... It's true. And I'm very much out of juice in the spell department myself.
Also out of character, still a little salty that Monk is basically just delegated to mage.
Wait, I guess I did
Cack.
cast that one spell.
Just
I think
fucking take away everything I love, why don't you?
Drink your
That's what we
milkshake.
assist
Drink it
you
right
for.
out.
Just fucking let me have no fun, why don't you? Jeez.
Yeah, fucking he is drinking your milkshake.
God fucking damn it. God
Yeah,
fucking
just-
damn it.
Yeah, but DCL, come on. Here's the thing that you think about it. We've been fucking catering for you for quite a fair bit. You got your boost, you got your stuff, you got your weapon.
Hey,
You
the
got
boots
the
were RNG.
title, you got the flowing scarf,
Okay,
you got your duels.
I'll take my flowing scarf. Boots were RNG. though.
Anyway, so as Zanza descends into a bottomless abyss of self-hatred,
No, Zanza's in denial.
same difference. Senatrea will turn back to Kreshia and say, "So about that mantle.
Yes.
Well, let's play a game, shall we? Dear
Well-
wife, one soul removed."
Ugh, I like the sound of that, and I will
No.
wobbly stand myself up. I know that wasn't even a sex joke. I just think games are fun.
Oh.
Jeez.
You make them so much, it's really hard to tell.
I can understand the confusion, but I didn't do the eyebrow wiggle. I didn't point at my dick. It's generally the easiest way to tell.
And even
I
then,
always
see,
do the
Mary
eyebrow
usually
wiggle.
looks at your boner, and it's at full mast, so...
That's fair, and I suppose from up there you can't really see the eyebrows because of the hat. Fair enough. And then, which I will pointedly as well, like, lift off the hat so that I can look up at her properly. What game would you have for me, my darling wife?
So... you need to go find something that will make this mantle for me to bless. I
Okay.
was once upon a time worshipped as a goddess of magic. Can you guess what I hold most sacred in this world?
How much Resident are we talking here?
Kittens?
Oh, just a bit of the Earth's lifeblood is fun for an afternoon, but I want something more, something powerful, something wild to shape into my own.
I mean, we can
I'm
give you.
gonna have to steal the bomb again.
Yeah, we can give you a Residium bomb, but I don't know about that.
You're close, my dears. I don't want the bomb, I want what happens after. Conveniently,
craft-
you've already made the poor decision of detonating one.
So you're saying we have to... Is that what the fucking necromancer's looking for?
I mean, of course. Even I mentioned that.
There's something very, very powerful at the bottom of that crater you've made. That will make a fine cloak indeed.
So what you're saying is that I get to kill the necromancer early.
Yes, Zanza. We
Yes,
have to go through the
Zanza.
necromancer to get this thing to make the magic MacGuffins,
Fuck.
or at least one of them.
Well, you couldn't have just picked like 63 lines of Residium cocaine?
Nope, we're killing the
Darn it, I
necromancer.
was
So,
hoping to get a chance.
as you say that, the dragon leans back and unfurls its wings, and all of these swirling lines on its scales light up with silvery blue arcane light.
Oh, dope.
She
Oh,
is
God.
a Residium dragon.
Oh,
She needs no Residium of her own.
Kreshia will whine because there is absolutely an erection that happens fucking immediately. And it is entirely unconscious.
I'm
It
gonna
is
look
not an
at
active decision.
I'm gonna look at Kreshia. If you think snorting Residium is bad, I'm gonna guarantee that you should not fuck.
Stick your dick in it.
I want to lick my dragon wife.
Do not do that.
Wait, so if you,
You are.
died, you
I am
explode and destroy the
forbidding
planet?
you from licking me.
If you died, you explode and destroy the planet?
Well, I
Well,
died
I mean,
once,
She's
so...
already done it once. We're still here.
Wait. Okay. Hang on. So
Oh,
I.
oh,
no,
I
no,
think
no,
we need to keep
hang on.
that scale
This is
away
like-
from Haskell.
Okay, so that's all Okay, that's all But where did that all come?
Well, she did say she was around since the beginning of time.
Oh no, this is where we find out that like Residium veins are just fossilized places where she'd like to go take a shit.
Jesus.
So
It's like, I mean, like, that, think of like what all the stuff that makes up coal. A lot of that's got to be dinosaur poop.
You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna
Music.
chalk it up to being the
I
god. Never mind. I can't say much. I really want to talk to you later about those. You know, she knows all. She knows you know all that I know. So you know the theories I was thinking about maybe trying to.
At this point, you just might as well ask the question.
Mm,
What?
At this point, you might as well just ask the question.
Never mind. I was just gonna ask, like, if that's all. If you're all Residium, where did that all come from? Then, where did this body come from?
Apparently
Oh,
the
that's
primordial
easy. When I ejected myself from this body, a number of frost giants claimed it as their victory prize. They thought they had killed me, and so they stripped the meat from my bones and ate me. And then nature took its course, and that's been buried for 1,000 years. Enjoy that mental image.
fuck, I hate being right.
So Residium is ice giant shit.
No, just this body. I reclaimed myself.
Okay.
Residium
Wait.
is the life's blood of this world. Think of it as the afterbirth of creation.
Ew.
So, So would it be bad? So would it be bad to make that ley line siphon design I was thinking up?
The answer is yes. Just like it was a bad idea to make the Residium bomb. And you think that can literally just siphon Residium power is probably bad.
I was only designing it to be just a little bit, just like
Yeah,
this tiny-
just a little bit was enough
just
to make
a little
a crater.
bit.
Yeah, a little bit was enough to make a crater, okay?
No, that was a giant marble. That was like a big piece. I'm talking about
That was
something
a
that would
marble.
spill like
It was
just
literally
grain
a marble.
just a few grains at a time.
It was literally a marble.
I know
And
what
marble.
it was.
All right. So what exactly was the plan for the GM's sake here? Oh, hi Tasha.
Well, I was saving for when we had more time. I was just going to design. Mary was going to spend some time designing, basically a large artifice, which would be like a pillar of gold, like gold veined marble, that would be enspelled to stick into the ground above a conflux of ley lines, which would then slowly, like almost like a magnet, would draw little like a small flow of energy off of the ley line nexus.
So you want
And
to
would that
tap a
just-
ley line?
Tap a ley line, but it would be but it would also like have a kind of like a tap on it, and it would like collect the energy into a little pool, which would slowly crystallize into grains of Residium.
Right. Okay. So you ask Senatrea that, and she'll
Since
just
it's
shake her head and say,
Lifeblood of
"It
the
doesn't
world.
quite work like that, Mary. Residium is fossilized magic.
Oh.
It would take quite a bit more artifice than you assume to create more. Though the idea is not without merit, of course." And the dragon will just sit there proudly.
I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'll have to rework the design then.
Wait,
Exactly, are we trying to put more
which Mary
Residium
is
in?
saying
Maybe I
this?
maybe not bother trying to crystallize it. Maybe just keep it in a liquid form.
Why are we trying to pump more Residium into the world?
Because it makes cool, magical things.
Have it-
Zanza.
There you
Uh-huh.
go. Bam, right on the money.
I feel like I should point out that a lot of our problems seem to be due and only solvable by magic. So bringing more magic seems to only make bigger problems.
No.
Zanza, darling, you're standing before a dragon made of residium, in the middle of a flying city that has existed since before time.
Just go to the moon to stop a guy who's literally using magic to destroy civilizations.
Except the moon also happens to be the dream within which the gods reside.
And is also the physical object that controls the tides.
I always wondered if that was how that worked.
Oh, yes. Also time, but don't tell anyone that.
What?
Well, yeah, no one wants to fuck
Okay,
around with
yeah,
time.
yeah.
What idiots would fuck around with time, am I right?
That would just cause so many
Long,
more problems.
Slow.
Kreshia starts
There.
getting a nosebleed, it's just pouring down her face. Oh.
Okay, fine. Put more. I await Sav&D 4 where everything is just super magical. All the time.
Fucking God willing.
Welcome to D&D. Everything is magic all the time. The only class that can't cast spells, oh wait, is not even the barbarian. Even they can cast spells.
The fighter? I
Fighter has
guess?
Eldritch Knight.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, they can learn spells.
Only if you go down the path of it.
Yeah, you opt
But
in.
they can all choose to be magic. Hooray.
No rogue has arcane trickster.
I mean, everything has a magical subclass. Yeah.
Even monks have a spellcasting class with slots and everything.
Look, let's be honest. Key is just basically magic in another
He
word.
literally is called magic in the rulebook, so yes, it is in fact magic by
But
another
also,
name.
fuck you for making me have to fucking call it magic in the first place.
But it
Book
is
already
magic.
does it.
What
It
is
is
Yeah,
the
but
player's
fuck you for
handbook?
making me have to admit that.
We would have to
Hmm.
play. Oh, that's no way. There's magic there too. Never mind.
There's always magic. Welcome to
Fucking
the world
just
of
let me have
fantasy
my
itself.
dream, dude.
Fantasy.
But DCL,
Yay.
the dream
Let me
is
have my
also
dream!
magic.
The dream is really magic, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, I would be happy to. I think it would be exciting to have a mentor and stuff. Although I hope that you're aware that I will be
Wait,
regularly popping by.
Oh, I should
Is
hope
that-
so.
if Zanza's a mage, doesn't that
Well-
mean just using an application of magic, which very few people use?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Indeed, you were actually told that you were also very powerfully magic in a way that many people
Oh.
aren't.
Maybe if I just keep the magic in liquid form, I could get a super. Maybe get.
I
that
swear to God,
super-
Kinathis.
You're doing you're doing that mumbling thing again.
I'm sorry.
You hear a voice inside of your head, Kina, that you can only that you can only assume is from Senatrea, saying, "Yes, inject yourself with liquid magic."
God damn it.
Yes, that's exactly. I'm gonna think to myself. Yes.
That's a
exactly
good
what I was
idea,
thinking.
me.
I was thinking maybe I could get Rebecca the alchemist, this master alchemist, to devise a potion that could restore spells to weary magic users.
Man, you
using
were
raw liquid magic.
you're allowed. You know what? I'm gonna be salty and say you're allowed to inject the liquid magic into your
Hey,
thing, which sounds
I
really
want
awesome
to-
now that I
I
say
want
it
to
out loud.
magic-
Fucking so metal.
Which,
Man, I want.
but you're allowed to do that.
Dude.
But I'm not allowed to run over the fucking speed limit of 24 miles per hour.
Okay, DCL, think
I mean,
about
both.
this.
Maybe
A
should-
hypo adrenaline magic shot. Stab. Let's rock.
I feel like the world starts to look like the way that Hotline Miami sounds. Not even the way that Hotline Miami looks. The world starts to look the way that the game sounds.
John and I are ridiculous.
Okay. You know what? I have one final.
I want
wish
to sit. I
dragon.
would love to sit and just magic nerd with myself. But I
And
think
yourself.
That joke
and
is getting
myself.
old.
We could but I think all of us could use a break from this.
All right, I have one
It's-
final wish from the dragon
Oh,
Okay.
before I am truly satisfied. Will she cast haste on me?
oh no. Do you want to die?
Does the dragon have? Ah, she does have haste prepared.
I would
Well-
assume she has every spell prepared.
I mean, no, she probably still uses slots if she's like a.
I'm never gonna get.
I'm gonna assume she's a sheet, so she's got spells as slots. Yes.
Yeah, the dragon has limited spell slots, but she does have spells prepared as well. It's a lot of spells, but
I'm never gonna have haste cast.
She's
in
both
combat,
a
so
sorcerer and a wizard.
I want
God,
my
she's a
satisfaction now.
hold on.
All
I
magic.
got this. I got this.
Is it great? Is it empowered haste? Or whatever the fuck it is?
No, it's 10 times better. All right, Zanza, she casts a spell upon you, and you go running as fast as you ever have, almost as if your legs can't stop themselves. You hear a crack of lightning all around you as you burst through the sound barrier, burst through every barrier there has ever been and ever will be. Storms surge around your body as you move so fast. No one has ever gone so fast. In fact, you go faster than light itself, so that you are surrounded
What spell did you cast?
only by darkness, the eternal gaping maw of oblivion. And then you screech to a halt right back where you started.
What
And
spell did you
nobody
cast?
else sees anything because Senatrea casts Modify Memory.
You cut! You fucking cut me out of haste!
I knew it was something like that.
Oh my god!
Oh, you sons of bitches! Sons of bitches, Savin!
Ah.
So yeah, to the rest of the party, it just looks like Zanza's got powered, stunned again, just stands there drooling. But to
Then
Zanza, it's the
marking out
greatest
when he comes
rush
back in.
that has ever been and ever will be.
I mean, you've been gifted an incredible memory.
I've been
Yeah,
gifted the incredible memory, but out of character, I know I've been cucked so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. You watched Savin lay down your wife and plow her just now.
Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh god.
So right.
I will have my
Oh, let
haste
me just
fucking
wipe the
fucking-
tears out of my eyes.
This isn't the end, Savin.
Oh, I needed that laugh today.
Zan's
Good
is
stuff.
happy, but I've never felt so baited.
Jebaited.
Well, now that you all have been bullying these yells so fucking much. How
God,
about
it
we
was great.
move on and not bully these yells so fucking much?
I want to lick my dragon wife. Holy fuck.
You can get a residium high later.
I just get a fucking contact high. No. However, I will give one of her like.
Me?
I would absolutely, but I will of course. I'll give her a hug. I can probably only just reach a claw, but always
Alright,
hug my wife.
When you go to like give her a hug, that you'll feel that little like, oh, all right, sort of sigh that you feel so familiar from Merisiel. And
Yeah.
then bloop.
Huh?
Boop 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 boop.
There.
Huh?
She pulls a fade away.
Oh.
She don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, come on!
Nice.
I even
She
asked her to turn into a human form so I could hug her.
Yeah, but this
steps
is my wife.
down and assumes a towering form of bronze-skinned, red-haired beauty, crowned with gold and residium. And yes, she will sweep the Marys and the Kreshia up into a hug, and Zanza
Ooh.
too. You can all have a hug.
Hey, let's all hug Big Mary.
Demarcus. Of all
Come on,
people
Marcus
that
is a dragon
deserves
hug,
hug
as
from the
dictated
dragon.
by your god.
Yeah.
The god of dragon hugs. Welcome back to life.
Marcus is in... Yes.
So if Sieg isn't isn't a god, does that make me
No!
just a dragon knight?
I mean, a dragon knight sounds pretty cool, honestly.
There's a moment when the dragon realizes you weren't just going to say, but she's a god, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, she sort of takes a deep breath and says, no, you haven't been getting your powers from Sieg at all.
The
Power was inside you all along. Yeah!
It was, though.
I know. Tail wag.
I don't know how to feel about that.
You're more powerful than you give
Happy?
yourself credit for, Zanza. Much more powerful.
More powerful than you could ever imagine.
Zanza will go in the corner and try to cast Force Lightning.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, are you serious? Because I was joking.
I mean, do you go and try and cast a spell?
Yeah, as soon as you think about, oh, I want to do like lightning, from your fingertips erupts a giant chain of lightning that just zaps across the ground.
I didn't think that would actually happen.
Then
Wait,
Senatrea
she
can
cast
go
it.
back to being a dragon.
Zanza, of course, has to give out his unlimited power.
Well, yes, of course. He is, in fact, the Senate.
So it's treason then.
It's treason then. How do I hold all of this treason?
I fucking so then the chain lightning cast has Senate. Oh wait, no, that's Sinatra. My bad. Reading comprehension fail.
Yeah, that was one hell of an event. And yeah, if there is a place, because Kreshia really does need a sleep and a wash,
Mm,
and is still
Yeah.
semi-wounded, and it has no, like, she's very limited spell slots.
oh my gosh.
No second winds.
Get to
No
it.
action surge.
I'm so
She's
sorry.
so tired.
Sweetie, I'm so sorry.
While everybody else is sleeping, can I start the beginnings of forging a dragon dagger?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, if the rest of you want to take like a big long rest, there is indeed a like a temple barracks you can have access to. Also, Mary Simulacrum just gonna melt.
I am literally,
Aw,
Aw.
Marilacrum, no.
I'm literally making the Cena shank. The Sinas. Cena
Alright.
shank? Yeah, Cena shank.
So yeah, while you guys go to like take a nap, I think Annika and Casternex and
Can-
Sierra will probably take this opportunity to like talk to the dragon some, since they've been letting our heroes actually, lead the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
I'm-
married
Sarah's
and
taken all of
learn
my
the
dank herb as well,
ring.
so she
Yes.
gets to enjoy that.
What's next? Does Mary get the teleportation ring coordinates?
Oh yes, if you want the teleportation sigils for the keep, Kuaya will take you over to a room over here in the east wing where there is a set of circles that you can transcribe from.
Wait a minute.
Sure, I'll memorize those.
This means all this time, the goddess of light, the goddess of storms, has not been looking favorably on poor Zanza.
No, she does. She does.
This thing, like, I imagine that what god doesn't appreciate some free proselytizing? But it's possible she feels a bit bad that you've just been assuming she's been gracing you, considering you've been very fervently, honestly, like, fucking worshipping her.
Yeah, like in the background, Landon's been like very sad that Zanza hasn't just become a cleric of her so far. Like, oh.
I mean, if I didn't like running so much.
I'm sorry, but a cleric will never know what it means to be fast.
But if you were a cleric, he could get haste cast on you. Ah! I'm sorry, that was a low blow. Apologize. But yeah, also Kreshia. As soon as you lay down to sleep, you feel a tingling of magic in your mind. Would you like to make a wisdom saving throw?
Do I recognize the origin?
It sure feels familiar. You're not sure you could really put a finger on it, but kind of feels like Mary.
Okay, yeah, I will opt to throw.
All right, Merisiel, you also feel a little tingle in your mind,
Hmm?
though it feels less familiar as if someone else was casting a spell on you, and more like what you feel every time you cast a spell on yourself, every time you buff yourself with a little magic.
What's going on? What is this? I'm not. Am I doing something?
Maybe. Would you like to make a
Is my
saving
ma-
throw against it?
Is my magic going out of control?
Maybe.
Got a feeling.
Would you like to make a wisdom saving throw, or will you choose to fail?
I mean, if this is me doing it, I won't stop it.
All right, excellent. You both get your memories modified such that shortly after you go to bed, you are visited by the giantess of Senatrea and smashed into the ground.
Oh my god.
Nice. Now that's a good
And
dream.
the party is able to spend the evening recovering from
Should I
their
make a?
weird
Can I
journey.
get some inspiration?
Yeah, I think everyone in the party can have some inspiration.
Because
Go
I
ahead and
I
mark that
definitely want to
down.
spend that inspiration on the Smith Tools roll I'm about to make.
Okay,
Well, you get the
so
bardic
if
pen.
you want to... Hold on, let me just pull up something before you make a roll there, Zanza. Also, you don't really need to make a roll because it's just crafting.
Okay.
But if you do want to spend some downtime on it... let's see, craft equipment... Takes... Right, if you want to use 2 downtime actions and 300 SP...
Oh fuck, shit, fuck.
You could
Well,
make that into a masterwork dagger. Or you could
Well, I
just
don't
get it
think-
enchanted.
I don't think we have time for downtime right now because we're about to go.
But
What
yeah,
did you
that's up to
forget?
you.
Like how long would it take for just to fashion a usable like a handleable shank?
Oh, you can just do that in a few hours.
Because I mean, I don't even if it's an awesome dragon dagger, I don't think I'm going to be making a weapon where I have incentive to use over my great sword.
Yeah, for sure. You can just make a dagger if you so want to.
Okay.
No problem there. Also, yes, Mary has the ability to double guidance herself.
For a saving throw.
Oh yeah, sorry,
I
double
forgot I had
bless
that.
herself, not guidance. Double bless.
I forgot I had that. I can change my fate a little bit.
Yes, yes you can.
All right, Kreshia's ready. She started the day right.
Jesus.
Can I ask the Celestials if there's any way I can get my own moon halo so I can become a moon bun?
A moon
Oh
bunny.
man. So, do you speak Draconic?
I do not, unfortunately.
Okay, so you either get tongues cast on you or you like drag Kreshia along to ask.
Mhm.
So
Kreshia's still
is there
finishing
anyone
shots.
in particular you want to ask to just like go to a random person, or do you want to talk to the High Priestess about that?
Well, let's ask the High Priestess about that. Maybe she'll give it as a reward for reawakening her long deceased goddess.
Okay, yeah. So when you ask that, you see a profound sadness spread across her face, and her shoulders
Fucking saw that one
stomp,
coming.
and she says, "You would not want such a thing, my friend.
Zanza will kind of question up at her and go, "Why not?"
This symbol of the moon is not a mark of honor. It is a curse levied upon those of us who chose to serve Senatrea rather than be brushed aside from time. Karnas, in his last act of spite and hate, cursed our race to be forever frozen in time. These are our brands of punishment.
Hmm.
I would not
Well.
wish them upon you."
That's certainly not nice. But you don't have to worry now. Your goddess is awake now. And if she's not able to do anything, we'll at least certainly give it a fair try. Maybe we can break the curse.
I bet if we kill Karnas, the curse will go away.
Senatrea is no goddess, but I thank you all the same. Perhaps, with luck, she will be able to remove this affliction.
If she finds a way, we'll certainly do all we can to help. After all, we're trying to save the world.
Ooh,
That includes you too.
And I wish you all of the best.
All right, Moon
Savin,
Bunny.
indeed. We're gonna get you a moon bunny.
Yeah,
Somehow.
Moon Bunny quest is killed.
I mean, if you want to go get
No,
cursed
but
by
you're-
Karnas, you can go do that. I'm sure it won't be that hard.
Let's not become immortal creatures who are cursed to walk the plains for all eternity, so that Zanza eventually becomes Lord Winter, the very thing he despised.
No, but don't you see?
Lord
That
Winter
means
has a
you
lot
can
of
train and
similarities with
become
these
the
poor folk.
strongest.
I know. Oh, I keep thinking in the back of my mind that if Zanza lives long enough, he'll just basically become Lord Winter. He'll have enough tragedies reaped upon him that he gives up on the rest of the world.
Say that we're gonna be here for quite a long time, correct? Well, long rest 8 hours, correct?
If you guys want, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you said we're gonna take a long rest, so
So yeah, you'll be here at least another 8 hours.
can I spend several of those hours going through the Grand Archives? Because apparently that's where they keep all the information and books, probably.
Yeah, you absolutely can. Do you-
I'm such a.
I guess you do speak Celestial via comprehend language, so it's no problem.
Yeah, I'm so stupid. I should have asked Senatrea to gift me with the ability to speak Celestial.
But like a normal adventurer magic that we already have access to can do that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Books.
you,
Oh, I know what my job is. 1 second while I get the text type. No, I can't be asked to do that again. As fun as it was.
yeah, you are able to head up to the archives. Is there anything in particular you want to do some research on? Because, boy, howdy, would this be the place to do it.
Well, A, how to do better healing. Let's see.
So here's the deal with that. I think once you start reading through the archives, you quickly come to the understanding that while magically powerful they may be, the Azirians were not, like, technologically or developmentally sophisticated. Like, you've thus far seen stone and bronze in 90% of their belongings. And their
Okay,
books are
so
just like
in other-
stone tablets. So you're probably a better like medical healer than anybody here already.
Well,
Well-
magic.
Magic is called get more character levels.
Remember
Okay,
when they
so-
said they were
okay.
frozen in time?
Mm-hmm.
Well, do
Well,
they have?
So, in other words, they don't. They maybe not have the strong, like say, they may not have the most developed and evolved stick, but they sure as hell have a big ass fucking tree to hit people with.
I'm not even sure even that. Like how, other than Senatrea, how magically powerful are they? I don't think it's been established.
I mean, between you, me, and the birds, everyone here is like an 11th level paladin or cleric, but, you know, they literally can't leave or do anything, so they're fucking tidally locked in time. They just sit here and do nothing, because they can't.
Well, do they have any tablets
But
on
they
reading
can-
Celestial for Dummies?
Yeah, I mean, they have the Rosetta Stone of Celestial here. You can, given enough time, you could absolutely learn any primordial language here. No problem.
Okay.
Well, okay then. So that was busted. Sad. But have they been watching the world happening underneath them?
They have no ability to perceive the world. You can find that out just by talking to people. Their lizard folk guards do go down into the world, like, because they're not tidally locked in time. But the lizard folk can't enter the town either. Like, there is a gate through which they cannot enter, that second gate in the town, and through which the Assyrians cannot pass either way. So they've probably spoken through the gate sometimes, but like they don't have clear information.
Cool. Okay.
I'm sure they would be interested in just hearing us talk about what the world is like down below.
Oh, you mean like from
You
the
mean
bard?
like a
From the
musical
bard,
performance as well?
Oh yeah. If you want to like gather some of these people around and try and give them a performance.
Tell us the world.
Frida's short history of the world up in the garden park. I'll give you advantage.
I got that automatic advantage from.
Oh right, yeah, you got
Ring of Goats.
Ring of Goats. So
Yeah, for sure. Like each of you just like takes a turn telling a different chapter of the world's history, while the others like do quick research or like answer questions. Yeah, for sure. All right,
And then
that can
musical
totally be a
accompaniment.
thing you do for like outside the Grand Archives. Just get a bunch of their scholars around and give them a history lesson, because God knows they have missed out on some stuff. They missed the whole like elven generation of time. Like they don't know what the fucking elf is. And like, oh yeah, they
and
used to
I am a
run the
poor
world
example.
for a while. Yeah, they're like,
Man.
oh, Kreshia an elf, really? So they're a race of cute dog people. Well, about that.
I fucking wish.
I bet
Okay, well, I have
I would love to organize.
minor
like,
illusions.
love to organize.
BT dubs, I'm totally
Because I can.
Play.
BT dubs, I'm totally attuning to the Bloodstone Ring.
Okay.
Go for it, dude. RTSR time.
Oh boy.
So I can use sound, image, and stuff like that, so I can show how they look, since it's a simple.
Mm-hmm.
4,
So that's cool.
5. Oh man, I gotta be real close to death.
Say, does the sending spell work here?
No. So that
Okay,
is a
pick it
good, like, a notable point that you'll quickly be able to find out is this place cannot be scryed, it cannot be communicated in or out of. The only way to do anything regarding Elona is to leave it and then come back, which luckily
Okay.
as a mortal you can do.
Indeed,
Unlike
and
everybody
especially with
else
the teleportation circle gets an awful lot fucking easier. However, I do have to ask, what happens if an Assyrian tries to join me for Take the Throne?
They will like sort of wave you off and say that
No. This is more a more a semantics question.
you can
like,
roll
what-
Arcana or
Yeah.
religion and try and figure out what would happen.
That's
Yeah,
just the
like
way
if I were to try and never mind, then that's probably not gonna give me a great answer. They'd explode, turn to frogs, mango chutney. I don't know.
turn into gay frogs.
They all
I
turn to
couldn't.
gay
I
frogs.
can do only two jumps a day with my
I mean,
teleportation.
it's still pretty fucking great.
I can go somewhere and
Do
then
you
come
get
back.
back
That's
after a long or a short rest?
it. Those would be long. My spell slots, long rests. 5 hours now. It's long rest now. Well, Actually, if I just don't do any other spell casting, I can cannibalize my spell slots into sorcery points, and then convert the sorcery points into maximum level spell slots, which is teleportation circle. So I could probably do it like 4 times a day, but it's really sloppy and like bleeds a lot of magic. But I could do it.
Cool.
God, I should ask Merisiel about the font, the well. I should ask her about the well.
Well, question mark.
Yeah, the thing under my castle. Speaking of
Right,
which,
the primordial
Oh yeah,
one.
giant water spirit, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
okay.
water that has always been there and always will. Something,
350.
something. Yeah, true fitting.
350 guy, yeah.
I just
Can
remembered like 350. That's how I remember the
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
elemental.
after sleeping on it and coming to terms with what happened, I think Mary's going to try to see if she can try again to try and tap into the songstress's power by singing again, or if that is that just gone, or is it more prevalent because now that soul is now mine, not just riding around next to me, but it's just actually mine.
Yeah, alright. Give me a performance check.
I think I'll use my inspiration on this one.
Okay.
And you know what? Actually, since I'm gonna try that, since I know
Fucking
I
guidance.
know I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'm gonna guidance myself.
Obviously.
17 plus just a D4. Wait, is it D6?
Yeah, D4 is guidance.
Hey.
Nice.
Over 20 this time.
Alright, so the power of the songstress lets you glimpse part of the future. Is there anything in particular you want to direct your visions towards? What is the content or theme of your song?
Hmm. I was just trying to see if it would still work, but yeah, that's a good point. Oh, I know. Oh, you know what? Actually, never mind. I don't want you to answer that question. Never mind. Yeah. Huh. I mean, that's a.
So...
Man, I was just trying to connect to the power and see if it was still in there, but I
Well,
wouldn't.
I mean,
I
if you
didn't.
just want, like, some general snippets of the future, you can just, like, sing a song and hope for the best.
Mm. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Roll me a d4. 3. Alright. So, a flash of memory, of a memory of the future, flitters through your mind, and you see a beautiful verdant green garden. It is probably springtime. The flowers are blooming, and birds and insects fly freely through the air. And a number of people are gathered around a small gazebo in the heart of this garden. Their faces are vague and indistinct, but you clearly recognize yourself amongst them, as well as Skeza and the rest of your party, all sitting on small wooden chairs in the front row. And as the vision continues, the camera pans around to this gazebo where we can see your sister Kaylin standing in a elegant white dress with her holy symbol proudly displayed. And she is speaking to the assembled crowd, and behind her are two figures hand in hand. And you can't really make them out except for like the vaguest outline of feline and canine ears, one set on each. And then the vision fades away and you're left sitting in your borrowed room once more.
Whoa. Oh, that still works. I guess that I still have a piece of Iroh in me there. What's left of her?
So yeah, if nobody has anything else they'd like to do in the Lost City,
Don't you
man,
spoil that surprise for my daughter.
I will keep that to myself.
There is an idea I got that I kind of want to save to ask at the end of the session. So
well, we're probably getting there since I'd like to go prepare necromancer hell in
Oh boy.
the crater.
we're stopping to get my sword, by the way.
Do I get to wall of fire and fireball a bunch of zombies and skeletons?
I
Oh,
mean,
baby.
there's gonna be a lot of shit to do up there.
So
See, let's pop over back to the world map real quick and kind of get an idea of what the party's plans are.
Man, I wanted to look into this lay siphon.
I definitely want to boot back and get the sword because it's been like a week, right?
Yeah, it's been about a week since you guys left Aaron City.
All right.
We can do that by we can do a little bit of magic circle hopping. Frankly, we can bop down
I can
to
just
Aaron City
take
and
this
then
right to Aaron City.
back to Elona and just take the trip down from Elona to fight Theric.
Oh man,
We're at that point in the game where we've gotten far enough in level now. We've got all of these we've got all those fast travel points.
We finally
I only
unlocked
have-
fast
So
I
travel.
only
just
have-
remember that your the sword won't be done for another 4 days. So
Ah,
or
shit.
5
So
days.
we could
actually.
we could spend a few days in Elona because like there's a lot of history that they need to learn, and there probably is a lot of useful things that we can learn.
So
I guess
Communis
I'll
take a
be-
downtime action here.
I don't want to take a full week though. Just the days necessary, and just
It's
aesthetically
2
spend
more
it.
days and then you get benefits though.
But
Why not?
taking just 4 days is kind of a waste if we're not taking the full action.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. It's true. I guess we
I
could
would
do
love
that.
to. I would love to do some like arcane research in this library.
I mean,
I
our
really want to build this lay siphon.
So I have a spell, a little custom thing for Zanza to do.
Uh-huh.
That's brought about by the chain lightning you did. Remember that TD 10d6? So what if you just let me do that and let me finish? Let me do that, but only to myself.
Just lightning bolt yourself?
Yes.
Are you trying to get yourself into RTSR range?
Yes, I want to be able to cast that spell so I can put myself to RTS range whenever I want and just be able to fucking animate it up.
To
Literally,
be fair,
lightning.
the first time you learned how lightning breath worked, it was used on yourself.
Fucking Thunderbolt Zanza. Zanza literally becomes a fragile but Super Saiyan-esque Bun Bun, and now he gets to attack super hard. I want it. It's anime, I
God
want it.
damn it!
Honestly, like, I'm not terribly opposed to you learning how to fucking electrocute yourself.
Yeah,
Especially
same.
since what the
So-
Reds, especially since with the way the damage is rolled and the ring, if I get hit once, I'm basically KO'd after that.
Yeah.
So
So
it'd be
yeah, if you want to spend like a downtime action doing that, I'll give you the I'll at least give you a chance to pull something like that off. We'll talk about the specifics at the time, but yeah, that seems like a thing that could happen.
it would be a super edge case skill that would usually not be a good idea to even attempt.
He says,
But
planning to
You
use it
see,
every single encounter.
every single time.
No.
Well, you say it's like, even though you say usually not a good idea, I mean, it's never going to be a good idea, but at the same time, it's always an awesome idea. It's a very conflicting statement.
If I literally roll 10d6, more than likely not, I will be left with only 10 HP points. And then if I get hit once, I have to take an extra 1d8 on top of that. It'll literally put me into one-hit mode. So usually it will not be a good idea to use in 90% of the circumstances, even with my damage lust. But I have a feeling there will be the moment where the stars will align, and it'll be the perfect opportunity to pull that shit out. And I can, and I'll want to do it.
Makes sense. Say, tell you what, maybe a somewhat out there question, but do they have spells that I can either buy or learn to go in my spellbook?
Could you just, like, go talk to the effective goddess of magic and ask her for spell? Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to ask Mary for everything, but at the same time, like, if she can direct me to some spells I can bung in my book, I would absolutely love it.
I mean, yeah, there's a whole bunch of magic users up here.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have access to literally every spell in D&D Beyond at this point up here. Like, they got it all.
Sweet Sally in the alley. I'm gonna have a level 9 spell. I'll never use it. I'll never get the chance to.
You can't actually
ever.
put it in your spell book unless you have.
You can look at it, but you can't actually touch it. It's just like
you can have stuff in your spell book that you don't have the power to use yet. I'm pretty sure.
Nope. I am 99% sure that's not how that works in 5e.
I will take a double check.
If it
so
is,
since we're
I will
taking
laugh.
some time,
and then, yeah, you can just put wish in your spellbook and never be able to touch it.
Never be able to touch it, which is really quite funny. It's just like,
well, actually,
why do you keep looking at that book?
You have that. You see.
Oh yeah, if I snort Residium, then I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
That's
that
the
one
thing.
moment, you bust out the Residium.
Go lick the Dragon of Magic like a fucking frog, then go add it to your spellbook. And then when it's time to cast it, just rip a fat line of blue lightning off of Mary's dick, and then cast Wish, and then die. It'll be great.
Look, as far as backup plans go, I want to make sure that when I leave this world, it's with an exclamation mark, not a period.
If you're gonna go out, I mean,
go out hard.
Yeah. Making, like, just shredding reality is a pretty good way of going away. Instead of just sending yourself off. So, since we're going to be spending some time in, like, starting, like, the next day or something, I want to talk. Could I, like, ask Mary, Merisiel, and these Azirans if they wouldn't mind some more visitors? Because this place is incredible, and I know there's historians and mages would fight to the death to come here.
They actually would mind quite a bit.
All right.
Perhaps when the curse is lifted and they can resume their interactions with the world, that will change their mind, but in being tightly locked in time, they will lament that anything they learn from these people will soon be forgotten by them, and anything that they give the people you bring here will be forgotten in turn. In fact, likely
Really?
the only reason you guys are even able to be here is because you came piggybacking on Senatrea's soul.
Oh. Wait, so if we leave here, we'll forget things?
No,
that
they are
happened?
cursed, and to be static in time, we'll remember. We're not cursed.
I thought they just said that things that they tell people will be forgotten.
No, anything
No. Mary's correct. Like,
Oh.
if a lizard folk comes in here, like, he forgets everything he's seen. The Guardians have no idea what's in the city. Like, they
So if
genuinely
we leave,
can't
we'll
be in
forget
here.
what is inside the city?
If you leave, no, because
Okay.
you have been
I
blessed
will
by the
remember.
goddess of magic, such as it is. Consider yourselves her chosen in this regard. You are
I see.
above and beyond this.
So the
But
party will remember, but
yes.
anyone who comes here, anyone else would forget. Okay.
Yeah, that's something Senatrea will do when you guys are ready to leave, is she will end up
Okay.
giving you a way to sort of circumvent the curse for now.
What happens in Magic Vegas stays in Magic Vegas.
Okay, never mind then. So I guess I'll just like spend some time devising this artifice, this siphon. I also want to work out the theories for my grand summoning spell. Oh.
Well, like let's save downtime
So much
planning for after you guys figure out what the actual plan is. So let's take a downtime
Sure.
action in Elona, and then
Yes.
teleport back to Aaron City.
Yeah, just to
Sure.
pick up Zanza's weapon and Marcus's dope armor, because both of
Okay.
those will be ready, and also to inform them that everything is cool, and also maybe tell your mum off if she hasn't already left, and or let them know that, hey, by the way, in order to save the world, we actually do have to go fucking beat the shit out of evil Dick McDickbag. So if they
yeah,
want to
there
head
is a
over
god
there, we'll
that we
be
have to
there
kill-
in
we have to
like
kill a god.
however long it takes to travel.
Oh yeah, we would have to go. We would have to go to the We have to go to the Pantheon.
Yes. So you if you want to pursue the plan of getting each of you becoming a god's champion, then yes, you will need to go to Aaron City's Pantheon.
Oh
and
my god,
try and-
does that mean I would have to like I would have to take my mother's title? Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
fuck.
you could just borrow her cloak.
I'm just gonna borrow her.
She's done the loners. It's
So
cool.
where's the god
Well,
of dragons?
Incidentally, her
That would
name
be
is
Marcus's one.
Oh
yeah,
damn! Yeah, that's
incidentally,
fair,
her
fair.
name is Kinara. She is a goddess of hugs and dragons.
that's fair. Okay. Can't do
Okay,
Hello,
okay,
I think
so by the
I
way-
feel like
okay,
Marcus
so-
has a shoe-in for which god he gets to pick, but
Yeah.
Okay, so by the way,
Okay, so next thing, god of thunder and storm. Maybe I can talk to him.
Lanen, yes.
yeah, again, I feel like you have a shoe-in with Lanen being like
yeah.
her, not her champion, but certainly her most active missionary by accident.
Accidental missionary.
Suckle of my lightning teeth, little bunny.
Well, since I wasn't your missionary before, I'm here to ask for official permission this time.
yeah. And then she puts you in the missionary position.
Oh,
And you find out that's why they call it that.
Oh,
Oh,
well, you know, do as the gods do.
I mean, Sieg might put you in the missionary position, but regardless, so that just leaves
for the sole purpose
Frida
of
there to
procreation.
determine which deity she wants to ingratiate herself onto, and
What
also
about-
whichever companions you want to drag with you.
Frida, well, Frida too. Frida and Kreshia.
Well, Kreshia has Senatrea, so
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, what would Frida do?
Well, who could she champion? That's the question.
Just the
let
goddess
me-
of love
Let
and
me pull up
companions.
the old
There's-
list here. Hold on.
Mithras, Kandarn, Agarash,
God, she'd make the most hilarious Agarash champion.
That would
and
be
I
pretty
guess
fucking funny.
Wovar. But I don't think Wovar is awake. Also, there's
So
also
hold on.
Tyria.
Yeah, There is Mithras, Wovar, Kalira, Agaresh, Lanin, Kandarn, Kanara, Tyria, and of course Karnas, but I don't think he's going to help you.
Who's Karnas?
The
Oh,
guy-
right.
guy-
that one. Oh, yeah, the guy we're supposed to kill.
The guy,
Right.
Yeah.
the bad guy devil.
yeah.
Tyros was the undead one, correct?
Tyria was the
Yeah,
goddess of
Tyria
death.
was Mithlin's deity, the goddess of the grave. Kandarn is the dwarven god of knowledge and crafts. Agaresh is the god of war. Wovar is the god of light. And Mithras is the god of life and healing. So I feel like you've got two strong candidates there.
Oh, Bagrish?
No, Kandarn and Mithras.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask this now to my detriment. The Bloodstone ring says weapon attacks, right? So that excludes my fists.
Your fists
No,
are
your fists count as
weapons.
weapons for
Okay.
basically all purposes.
I just
Yeah,
wanted
for-
to make that
for
clarification.
It just clarifies weapons so that you're not like using it to cast spells at people.
Okay, that makes.
Yeah, no getting real fucked up and then go stand 120 feet away and throw fire bolts.
Ha ha! Oh man, stacking that bonus with Hex. Oh,
Well, that's the thing. A weapon attack go 300 feet away.
Yeah, but if you're using a bow, your damage is not that good, anyways.
You say that.
are you kidding me? Have you seen
I-
how many kill steals these fucking low-level
kill-
NPCs with longbows have done?
Okay, let me rephrase that because Kreshia, Kreshia's Bork daughter has gotten many a kill steals, and with that sneak attack, she does some pretty good damage. But I don't think precision damage gets multiplied.
It
and
does. Any dice get multiplied.
Oh,
Or no,
Yeah.
you mean by the rings effect? No, that just improves your weapons die.
yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
But
that's
that
what I thought.
applies to any, like a longbow does the same as damage as a long sword. So
Yeah, but longsword.
long sword is like the most typical D&D
Longsword is
weapon.
really useful. Indeed, it's basically my fucking weapon is the finesse equivalent of a longsword. It works identical to a longsword, but it's just a thin blade.
I mean, yeah, I
Fucking
guess.
best stock there.
Fuck yeah. Fucking best weapon. It is the best
I mean,
stock.
Because okay, so this is obviously just me, but because the way that 5e is so linear with their weapon features, it's just why would you not go for the one with the biggest dice numbers unless you can't use it?
Either you can't use it, it isn't finesse, and you're a dex character, or you want to have a shield instead.
Yeah.
Like, trading a D10 or D12 down to a D8, and then also using a shield is a pretty good trade. Because attack bonuses scale so slowly, that +2 to your
+1
AC
actually
is
matters.
always relevant.
Yeah, +1 is always relevant. Just,
+2 even. Plus, if you're a martial character, you can just pick up the dueling fighting style, and then your one-handed weapons are as powerful as two-handed weapons. And then
is that how that works? I thought that fighting
good.
style was different.
No, the
You
dueling
get
fighting
a
style
flat
gives you a
+2.
+2 bonus to all one-handed weapon attacks. So basically, it makes your longsword into a greatsword that's just lets you have a shield too. It's great.
Mathematically?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like, it goes from being 1d8 to 1d8 +2 versus 2d6. So, while yes, the greatsword does have slightly higher maximum damage, it has lower base damage, and also you get +2 AC for the longsword. So if you are so inclined to use martial weapons, you should always pick dueling unless you pick Marcus's fighting style, which is the reroll bad damage dice on two-handers.
Which is incredibly
or
dope.
unless you're a barbarian and then you just get greater weapon fighting and fucking break the game. Because I
Actually,
don't know why.
barbarians don't get any fighting styles.
No, not fighting styles, the feat. The feat
yeah.
where you take -5, but you get like +10 to your attack.
Barbarians don't get any accuracy bonuses from being raged, so...
Yeah, they do.
No,
they
they
get they get advantage on all attacks.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they
Whenever you're
don't.
in rage. Yeah, whenever
No, they
you're in
don't.
rage, if you make a strength attack, you get advantage.
No, you don't.
You do.
No, you don't.
On
You
5e
have the
barbarian?
option to take a reckless attack, but that makes everyone get advantage to attack you back.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You don't care because you're a barbarian.
Yeah,
got
you do
damage.
care because getting hit still sucks. It sucks half as much, but God forbid you take
Which is a
elemental damage.
significant amount as much.
Yeah, but if you're getting hit twice as often, it's not really, a good trade.
Yeah.
I mean, mathematically, it still is.
Anyway,
Hmm.
regardless. So party's plan is to spend a week in Elona, then teleport back to Aran City, go to the Pantheon. Frida, did you decide which deity you want, or at least which one you favor of the two?
Well, she has nothing really in common with who she is with either of them.
I mean, you're a bard, so deity of knowledge, and then you are a professional itinerant healer, so deity of life.
He's a college lore, yes, for stories.
Yeah, well,
and
that's
teaching.
god of knowledge right there.
Okay.
It's
Well,
up to
she even
you. I
gave
mean,
him-
for all I care, you can go talk to Agaresh and become the champion of war, but that feels out of character somewhat.
Well, here's the thing. Which one is better?
Define
Do
better.
you know that? Well, no, I mean this. It's like, how do you stop a war? By being literally the champion of war, come and say, don't do this. This is a very bad idea for you.
And that's up to you to decide.
Not much, yes. I think Candor is. I think Candor smiles favorably upon me because of the trinket that I gave him. My book, written in poetry and primordial.
All right, cool. So you are probably going to seek out Kandarn, and all right, I'll prepare that. And do you guys want to go fuck up the Necromancer right after, or
Presumably, unless unless for some reason one of these gods' task that they set is just like, you might as well stop off on the way at such and such. Then yeah, pretty much it's necromancer time.
I mean, my assumption was that the necromancer is trying to get the said artifact that we're going after, or is
Yeah, he's after
destroying
one
it.
of the ones.
Yeah.
The one that I want for my wife.
And then since I assume we're not going to be able to Metal Gear inside and infiltrate mission and extract it, we're going to have to fight the necromancer.
I mean,
have you seen your party?
I don't know.
I mean, we got like one. We got two. We got like one Invisigoat and one potential Invisigoat or Invisidog. But then we still got Marcus and Zan. I mean, Zanza can stealth technically, but
Do I
going
have-
more.
All right, you
I
have a
can
guy in plate
actually-
armor. You have a pregnant battleship. You have the least subtle creature on the face of the earth, and then a wizard and a bard who can be invisible.
That was a mean thing to say about Marcus.
Swish. that was pretty good. Don't you talk to me or my daughter ever like that again.
Oh God. All right, so that is what I will prepare for next time is meeting deities in the Pantheon, and I guess the
Going to
journey
war.
up to Necromancer bullshit land.
Oh,
Oh man, that's gonna be a fun time.
I can't wait to find out that my sword does is vicious and does damage based off me taking damage. And just get the
So about
Jesus, I was joking. Wait, is it
Oh,
literally a
God.
vicious sword?
no, it's even better. Don't worry about it.
Oh man,
I'm
shit.
so excited for the Badger Rage Blade. I'm so
combination of
excited.
fuck
Oh,
like,
It's
God,
fun
that's
because
right,
there's
that is what
actually
we-
a magic item in 5e called the Berserker Axe, so now you get a Berserker sword instead.
A berserker axe.
I have to. Do I want to wait or do I want to figure out? What
Dude, yeah,
that
of course you want to wait. I'm not looking it up.
is? I'm surprised you just don't know what it is.
I have a good idea, but I don't know the
I know
exacts.
what it
And
is.
although I'm pretty sure I know, I'm not gonna double check in case I'm wrong, and that would ruin it for me.
And then, of course, we have Marcus's plate. Let's see. Do I have that written up yet? Not sure. Is it this? No. Alright, I know what Marcus's does. I don't think I have it written up yet. But it's a good one. Little 4E import item.
His armor is made of holy Avengers glued together.
No,
That would be
I
a
got
pretty
some of
baller
that.
suit of armor, not gonna lie.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
just the
it's
sharp
pretty
rolling
cool.
around armor out of Dark Souls, but it just holy Avengers people to death.
The fucking
Pretty
armor
cool.
of thorns.
That's it, yeah.
no. I have something
That's the-
better.
That's the best
It's indestructible. It's made of Nokia's,
made of
old
Nokia armor.
Nokia's.
Oh man,
Nokia
if we were
armor.
playing D20 Modern, that is what my character would fucking wear. I would just make armor out of Nokias.
Don't say that. My Kina is a player in my D20 modern game and plays a fairy.
Oh god, yeah, Kina, just strap a Nokia to yourself and use it as a bulletproof vest.
Yeah,
Oh no,
Because did you see the
I'm not a
latest-
normal fairy anymore.
But yeah, that's
I'm not
true.
a
You
tiny
you
fairy.
did turn yourself into a she.
well,
Was
did
Kina
you
playing a
see the
dude before?
latest attempt?
Good Tish.
Uh,
Yo.
did you guys see the latest attempt to see how durable it was? The
God,
whole
I can
1
only
million
imagine.
volt Tesla electrocution of a 1433
Hi,
can.
Tasha.
No, I did not hear about that.
Rue.
Yeah, was a couple of guys that tried to see, well, let's see how much we can do. So they Tesla coiled over 1 million volts straight into the phone. They just fried it there. So it was literally having a corona of electricity going. It shut off, so and then like, well, let's see, does it work? On button, yep, it works.
Jesus Christ.
Still works.
All right. Anyway,
Yeah, it's
I think
amazing.
we'll go ahead and call the session there, and next time we can pick up with going on a quest to make all the gods your friends, and then invading the necromancer's giant magic crater, and then invading the moon, because apparently we're running an epic campaign now. So that's cool.
Hey man, hey.
Look,
hey.
if a normal campaign goes on long enough,
It's not,
it becomes
it's
an
not
epic
our
campaign.
fault. It's not our fault that the big bad is literally on the moon. Okay.
And and also the
He's-
moon is
I
where
mean,
all the
if we
gods
could
live,
get him
which
to
is also
come
the
down
dream.
here.
And that's
Yeah.
also a valid plan, is to just like bait him out onto the material plane, because
How will
you
we
know the gods
possibly-
walk amongst you all the time, right? Like you can go get a hug from the god of magic or the goddess of
Yay.
hugs.
No, the goddess of hugs, obviously. I mean, if I could choose which god to get a hug from, it would be
I
the
mean,
hug.
hey,
I mean, maybe if we get
Or my wife.
Merisiel to come out here and start screaming at the fucking sky for the
What's up, you beta cuck
fight
bitch?
me 1v1 me cunt, I'm fucking ripped.
I mean, shit.
Jesus.
You have no one to blame for this becoming an epic campaign. But
No, I did this to myself. Played too much Final Fantasy.
No, you did this to us, not yourself. Thank you.
that just makes it better for me though. Anyway, thank you for playing, guys, and thank you for watching stream and YouTube.
Yeah, it's
See
been a
you
pleasure.
guys next time.
Beep boop.